Germany said a toxicology test shows he was poisoned by the Soviet era nerve agent Novichok, and France as well as Sweden have independently corroborated Germany's findings. The Kremlin has denied allegations of involvement in the poisoning and accused Western leaders of launching a disinformation campaign over the opposition leader's illness. And that was the news updates at 2 on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands regularly with soap on the running water. Always have with you at all times alcohol, base, and sanitizer. Avoid touching your face and eye contact surfaces to prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you can, work from home. Otherwise, observe social distancing and always wear your facial mask when in a gathering of two or more people. COVID-19 is real, but then it is not a death sentence. Stay tuned. Conversations continue after the break. I am Kala Dakaru Batsport. Good afternoon to you.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
If only the youth will realize their position as the youth and the leaders of tomorrow. But I know for sure that there's hope for Nigeria. Nigeria knows Nkalaman Maker. We congratulate Nigeria. Nigeria Mbago 60 years. Happy independence, LA Nigeria.
God, one time Nigeria, we don't tire about this Nigeria.
My message for Nigeria is say, I wish them good luck, sir.
Yes, you don't too offended.
Nigeria is our country. We don't have any other Nigeria.
I don't know what to tell Nigerians, so because we are way back, we are behind. Let's not lose hope. Let's keep pushing.
No be only us get problem. Other countries get their own wahala. Nigerians make we no give up. Nigeria go better.
They want no more Nigeria. Asim ka ngwa unu ka anyị zukọta ọnụ n'ọdị n'otu ka obodo anyị bụrụ obodo ọma a ga-eji eme ọnụ. Happy Independence, Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Nigeria will stand. Let us embrace the spirit of oneness, and together we will make our country a better place.
Happy Independence, Nigeria. This message is brought to you from Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is today's hustle. One show that embodies objectivity. We raise the bar in examining the good, the bad, the sordid, everything that has to do with society.
In America, you buy a big house and you pay gradually for 30 years of your life. That is politics. In Nigeria, you carry all your salary and go and rent one room. Bad politics.
Everything that has to do with
you
society.
must negotiate. If we don't negotiate, when a man is pushed to the wall, he bounces back with double efforts. We have been pushed to the wall.
The Hustle. Every weekday from
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on Today 95.1 FM.
All right, good afternoon to you. Thank you for staying tuned. 10 minutes gone past the hour of 2, and it's time for us to push the conversations further. Right about now, we will be talking about how Nigerian are you? Are you a Nigerian or are you a Nigerian? If you understand what I mean. I'm Canada, and I like to think of myself as the man of the people. And today, today's hustle, we're having the Independence Day special. Wealth Wilson will be joining us very shortly. She just went to do a thing or two. But then again, how Nigerian are you? Are you a Nigerian or are you a Nigerian? One is high key Nigeria and one is low key Nigeria. And which one are you? Now, let's have that conversation now, because the time is rife for this particular conversation. Every day, I've been here on Today FM for about 2 years plus, and every time we talk here on Today FM, we find a way of roping the government into our criticism. Sometimes it's the state government, sometimes it's the federal government, very few times, very few times, the local government. Some other times we call the legislative arm of government, we call the judicial arm of government, and we criticize them without fear or trembling, without, we just criticize. Sometimes we even go too far, and the presenter would have to use the red button certain times because it doesn't want you to use certain foul words. But we criticize them nonetheless. Oh, they are corrupt. Oh, they stole this. Oh, this. Oh, that. They are inept. Oh, they are not qualified. They are. What's the word? There's one word that we normally would use. But then again, you get the point. You get the gist, right? And sometimes we do all of that. We do all of that. We criticize them. But what about we, you and I? Yesterday we were having a conversation on the cracks on the Nigerian wall and how we can plaster it, how we can, cement it so the crack doesn't become a gulf that cannot be repaired. And a lot of you said, oh, the Constitution. A lot of you said, oh, the government. A lot of you said, oh, the president. A lot of you said, oh, this, that. But what about you and I? What role have you played? What role have I played in ensuring that Nigeria is a great country? If Nigeria is not great, like some of you have postulated, it's as a result of our inadequacies. You, myself, Wealth, Annie, Victor. All of us are the reasons why Nigeria is not where it is, or where it should be, rather. We are the reasons Nigeria is not where it should be. What am I talking about? So let's say your reason for a bad Nigeria is the government. What have you done to put the government on our toes? What have you done? What have you done? You wake up every morning, you sing the pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful. How faithful have you been? How faithful have you been to Nigeria? Oh, Nigeria is not good. It's not good. I want to go. What have you done? What efforts have you put in? What efforts have you put into Nigeria to make Nigeria work, and it did not work for you to now come to the conclusion that do again? How many of you driving right about now, listening to me, have a driver's license? How many of you have a complete car particulars? How many of you don't give bribe when you get into certain offices? How many of you don't take bribe when you are in certain positions? How many of you pay your electricity bill when due and don't cut corners? How many of you? And yet we want a Nigeria that is like Saudi Arabia or like the America. How many of you, and it's a day for introspection, and that's a reality. It's a day for us to look inside and see what roles we have played in ensuring that Nigeria is great. We all blame the government, but the government is a reflection of the people. How many of you obey the traffic rules? How many of you obey traffic lights when you are at the junction? So when we talk about crack in our society, it's not just politics. It's not just religion. It's not just tribal. Sometimes it boils down to the attitude of you and I, to the attitudes that we display on a daily basis. 60 years of independence, 60 years of our existence as a people. A lot of you have, what you think, or you are one of those people who will have to plow. We begin to lay foundation. Forefathers, when they fought the foundation for the Nigeria. A lot of you are probably listening from Italy and China and wherever. But you know the truth. Those countries did not just get development. It wasn't magic. It did not just come from thin air. Minute by minute. And they got the country of their dreams. The America of their dreams. The China of their dreams. The Singapore of their dreams. The Nigerian. Which are you? It's time for interest. Natural resources. What have you done? What innovations have you thought about? How creative have you been? Someone would dare ask me, Canada, what have you done? I wake up, APC is greater than PDP or vice versa. I want all of you to be awakened in your spirit and in your soul and realize that it's not about the politicians. It's not about where you come from. It's about how we can collaborate, because there is power in togetherness. There's power in unity. There's power in unification, in coming together. There's power when we are more. And that's the truth.
Well, I've been listening to you and coming in here to see you with the facial expression.
I'm a true Nigerian.
Well done.
How Nigerian are you?
Nigerian or Nigerian,
Yeah.
as you would say.
Yeah.
Well, this is a very good question. When we talk about how Nigerian are you, I think it was last year. I remember we were talking about a true national identity. Do you remember that you are first Nigerian before you are any other thing or any other person or anything of the sort? Do we really understand what it means for us to have that identity and wear it as a flag and pursue it with all that we have? That brings me to my next question, which is, what is the hope for Nigeria and Nigerians? I mean, I think
if the people do not even know what their identity as Nigerians
because
is.
we simply have a people, or the majority of the people, who do not understand what their identity is, who they really are as a people, as a nation. That's the kind of people that we have. And if that's the situation, what's the hope? Where is the hope? Because I was listening to the president talk today, and a lot of the things that have been in circulation has been the hope, everybody talking about the hope for Nigeria. And then you're asking yourself, what have we done right? What are we supposed to do right to keep that hope alive? Right?
Yeah.
How do we drive these possibilities that we dream of on ending? A lot of persons will tell you that the fault is from the people. The people who go outside and become, very civil, people who go out and are very diplomatic and are very, very, hardworking, dexterous when it comes to their duties and their responsibilities. The same people that are the problem here in Nigeria go outside and they're one of the best in their classes, in their field and in their work
yet
of
cannot
life.
effect change in their own country.
So how exactly do we say the people would be the problem, and then the people are put in a different, a different terrain, a different environment, and they do different from what we see happen here? So what exactly is the problem? Is Nigeria our problem or Nigerians? Right? Now, if Nigerians are the problem, then how come we do so well and we're able to forget about our problematic self when we are not in this country?
All right.
How come when we leave, we begin to see the ills of our government and we see the ills of our own laxity when it comes to our own, attitude while we're here? I mean, it's pretty much like we are able to tell when we're not here the ills of our, our reluctance when it comes to voting, when it comes to selecting candidates for elections and all of that. But then when we are here, it's quite a different story, a different ball game. It's pretty much like the will and the strength, to enforce that change is no longer there.
All right.
So what is the hope for Nigeria, really?
What is the hope? That's a question. And the truth is, our hope is synonymous with our realization of our identity as Nigerians. Let me break it down. Now, when we hope, we believe. When we hope, we imagine that Nigeria will be great, that Nigeria will become better, right? And that we would have peace and stability and resource management that is so on point and all of that stuff, right? So we believe, we hope for. But we can only hope when we have come to realization of who we really are as Nigerians, who we really are as Nigerians, and who we really are will determine how fast we will grow and develop. So yet again, how Nigerian are you? Are you Nigerian? Are you Nigerian because you want a better life? Because you want, a good job and you want the government to create it for you? Or are you Nigerian because you want to be part and parcel? You want to work hand in glove with the government to creating those good jobs, the good health facilities, the good infrastructures that we deserve in this country? So how Nigerian are you? Because, what we do in this country is just sit back, relax, and, act like life in Nigeria is a reality show, like Big Brother, for instance. So we vote our favorites. We say, oh, I like Buhari, and then we go. And no matter what the criticism is, we don't stop. And the next, I like Amechi, I like Tinubu, I like Obasanjo, I like VK, I like Opus Odima, and that's what we do. And so we do that because maybe if we shout loudest, these are faves would hear our voice and dash us maybe 1 million naira, 2 million naira, 3 million naira. We take care of our immediate family for a while. The money finishes, we come again, we shout, oh, hey. They dash us another 4 million naira, 5 million naira, we go.
And it's enough to keep us quiet
for a while. Then, and there are different stages to this, by the way. While they are gifting some people 4 million, they give some others 300,000, some are taking 50,000. There is a gifting.
You have to climb up the ladder.
Yeah, there is a gifting.
Little by little.
So how Nigerian are you? How Nigerian are you? Because I keep telling you, you want the Nigeria of your dreams, you have to wake up and smell the coffee and realize that the power is not in Aso Rock. It's not in the brick house. It's not in it's not in the haven. It's not in the haven. It's here with the people, with you. And I've recognized this a long time ago. Why do you think I call myself the man of the people? Because every day my job is to come here and touch your conscience, make an impression on your conscience, and remind you that you and I together, we are the power. We are the power. So how Nigerian are you? Because I'd rather fight for my country and not my... How Nigerian are you? And that's the conversation we want to have on the show this afternoon. Because the truth is, like Wealth has asked, what is the hope? Where are we going to? If we don't realize how Nigerian we all are. I'm Nigerian and I'm proud of it. I'm from Buguma City in Kalabari Kingdom, which is somewhere in River State, which is somewhere in Nigeria, which is somewhere in Africa, which is somewhere in the world. So I'm a Nigerian. And I'm a global entity, but I do not know about you. So let's open the phone lines and let's have you your views. 27 minutes gone past the hour. Wealth, Wilson, and Canada. 0817 000 0951 and 0810 9510 951. Text messages to the number 0701 933 9962. Phone lines.
95.1 FM.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
No. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, are you with me?
What's
yes,
your name?
Please.
What's your name?
Okay, my name is Daniel, calling from Transamadi.
You're welcome. Please go on.
How Nigeria I am. Canada, I must to tell you that the citizens of this country are the reason why there is even in Nigeria. Those people you think they are not fighting, or those people you think or you're asking this question are the reason why we have Nigerians. What do you want to do to your country if not to make sure that you wake up every morning, be responsible, and make sure you obey the laws, and go to your businesses, pay your tax, and for this tax to be returned back to you through what I call basic amenities. So many Nigerians have been doing that. This is a country you pay tariff without power. Are there no more? I mean, which country will even allow that to happen? If not, this is only in Nigeria you can pay more tariff for increment. There is no basic amenities. As I'm talking to you now, you are the one providing your security. I have not been to your office. Probably you are paying for a personal mopo or whatever security management is paying. They are paying tax for the same government, and at the same time you have some private money mapped for security. This can only happen in this country. And these individuals, these citizens, have been patient, listening to the hope of their leaders. What will happen for 60 good years is hope. Every president that comes with their, we are going to. I don't think at 60 years you still come home and begin to give your children hope without no pragmatic results. Nigerians are the most responsible people all over the world. If this happen in America, they will burn down the government. But you look at it, nothing. I am paying for my security. I know how much I spend every year for security.
All right,
how much I do. Some of them are given employment. Left for the government, hungry, wicked Nigerians.
All right.
Private sector, so many individuals, catering to make sure that they are foreign Nigerians surviving. And the government policy keep on bringing them down. So for me, these citizens today, I want to celebrate it. Because they have given more to this country than even the country giving back to us. If your PhD, your whatever supply they have spoiled, you bought it. We bought our transformers. We bought the whole cables. We install it. And we are paying what they call bill. And tariff increment is coming. We are paying for it. And some of these facilities bought by us. Nigerians.
All right, Daniel. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a heartfelt outburst there. 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510951. Send in your text messages, WhatsApp messages to the number 0701-9339-962. How Nigerian are you? Are you playing your own card to get Nigeria to the place where your children will be proud of? Have you been able to teach your children not to look back at the hurt of history, but to, learn from the mistakes of history? That's the question we're asking. How Nigerian are you? Are you Nigerian enough to stand up and speak against bad government, to be at your best behavior, the way you would be when you travel outside of the country? It is very, very surprising to see that a lot of Nigerians are quite law-abiding. They refrain from anything that would tarnish their image when they are outside the country because they fear deportation, they fear that they may be sent back to, the motherland here. And you see them putting their best, putting their heart and passion into whatever they're doing. Can we not bring up that spirit to help our own Nigerian society? How Nigerian are you? 95.1 FM, good afternoon to you.
Yeah. My name is Comrade Dobich. I'm coming from the Road.
You're welcome.
Yeah. We are talking about Nigeria at 60. I think media are part of our problem right now. Because if the media keep bringing up issues...
I think I have to correct you there. We are not talking about the media or talking about Nigeria at 60. I'm asking you, how Nigerian are you? Are you playing your own beat or playing your own cards to make Nigeria better?
We are playing... That is exactly what I'm saying here. We are playing our own part. The media have to help us to make things work out.
What part have you been playing?
Yeah, we'll make sure that just like the last caller said, we installed our transformer, we played the cables and the rest of them, even our security. We are making all of these things. We see the less privileged one. We help them to make sure the societies are okay.
Do you mount pressure on your local government chairman to make sure he delivers the basic amenities to your local government, or do you have a committee or a youth group that mounts pressure on your representatives to represent you well in the house?
Yes, of course. Yes, but you know that most of them are working for the government, and when you approach them in some certain issues, they don't give ears to them. They place to their masters. Their masters tell them what to do. They don't give us the chance to air our view on how things will move. We have been doing our part.
What if your part was loud enough? Do you think that they would be listening to the political masters other than listen to you, the majority of the people that have the loudest voice?
The majority of the people they cannot speak out, just like the media helping us to speak out. The media is the only voice we have now in Nigeria. We have tried in our community, in our village meeting and what have you, but all of these things are not holding water. Media should help us to make things work out. So if we need Nigeria to work, then all of us will come out, and media will give us the guideline how to make things work out. You hold them responsible. You call them. We'll have their numbers. We'll call them on phone. The ones who cannot meet at home. Because most of them are in Abuja now. They cannot come close to their community. They don't know what is happening there. They will give them the allocation. They will end it in Abuja. And then tell me, how does it work?
All right then. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, comrade. Let's move on and listen to the next person. 95.1 FM. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
In Canada there?
Just stepped out, but just go on.
Okay. Welcome, comrade Kabari, calling from Canada.
You're welcome, comrade. Please go on.
Well, I think I am a Godria first before I became a Nigerian of Loki. Okay?
Why is that? Are you not a Nigerian first before any other tribe?
Hello, the network is frustrating.
I said, how are you that you're first a Nigerian before you become an indigene of your tribe, isn't it? I mean, that's your identity. Your identity is Nigerian.
I can't really get you. I am telling you, my identity, the network is frustrating, please. My identity is Bodria, not Nigeria. Okay? I am only coerced into being a Nigeria of Loki.
How are you coerced into being a Nigerian?
Good, please. I wanted to just to comment on the previous conversation, okay? But
all right. I think your network is really, really terrible. You can barely make out what I'm saying, and I can barely make out what you're saying as well. So do well to call back, right? 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Clinton from me.
You're welcome, Clinton. Please go on.
The individual, we are trying our best. We obey the rule and regulation in this country. But you know our problem is politician. That's where our problem starts.
But Clinton, hold on. I will let you continue. Who makes the politician? Who gives the politician the power that the politician has?
See, nobody gives them the power because our vote is not counting.
Oh.
If our vote is counted, no politician none of them that will enter that seat.
So if they are the ones making your vote not to count, don't you know that you have the responsibility of letting your voice be heard?
Like example, the news that Canada read now, there is a protest that going on, Abi. Now, police have come up now that they said they have intelligence report. I want to ask these police people. The intelligence report they are having every time, is it only for protests in this state? I don't know what having intelligence report for killing that happened for Goni or some part of this state. It's only for protests. People that go to protest at least for their own good. And they are stopping these people, they have intelligence report. So where do we talk now? Is it for media that we say something that we're going to reach? Our vote is not counting. Even our voice, they cannot even hear our voice. If you try to protest, police will kill you or police will arrest you. You go to your local government chairman that you want to report something, you will not even see your local government. It's not your local government, it's in another local government. So where are we talking? What are we talking? And the media is supposed to help us to, as at least people, some others have said it, help us to speak, because all these things that we are saying, all these things we are doing, they cannot even listen to us. They cannot even understand us. So these people is our problem. You will see a politician will run under traffic.
All right,
he will run one way.
All right.
So they are our problem. We are not the problem of this country.
All right, Clinton. Thank you very much. I mean, talking about the fact, I keep stressing that if the majority of the people decide on the kind of leaders that they want, because who makes the leader? Who puts them there? Who gives them that responsibility? The people. If the majority of the people decide that this person is not living up to expectation, or this person does not have what it takes to be a leader, then there is no how any politician anywhere in the world can lobby his or herself on anybody. It's as simple as that. But then when there is that schism between the people, the average Nigerian that is supposed to be, voicing out their displeasure over the inactivity of the government, then you would see the government capitalize on that separation, on that schism between the people. 95.1 FM, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome again, Mr. Bright.
Thank you. How Nigerian am I? I am a Nigerian, a committed Nigerian who strives, who prays, and who prays for things to be fine and for us to attain an egalitarian society. Things are not okay now. Granted, a lot of things, if not most things in the country, are bad. But what role am I playing? I am a Nigerian who is playing to respect the next man in my religious belief, in my ethnic life, and in my social life, to understand that the next man also has the right to his belief, not to get across to him with my belief, not to run down his ethnicity with my ethnicity. I am a Nigerian who wants to uphold the good tenets being propagated by the government. In environment, I want to preserve my environment. I want to keep to the laws made, even though things are not going right well, even though those at the aim of affairs are not. I am striving to do those things myself.
All right.
There is this language in the HIV/AIDS awareness campaign that says it begins with you. We all want to cultivate that. We need to cultivate that language, that what we want Nigeria to be begins with us. If we want peace to reign in Nigeria, it begins with us, how peaceable we are within the street and the compounds and the families where we come from. And then we start inculcating that to those behind us. And if there are built by government across our roads, on our streets and on our roads, how do we preserve them? There are government laws on how we should handle disposable materials. How do we do those things? We don't need government to come and help us do those things. We should start little by little. Committed, there are things we have to do first. If I and the ordinary person on the street start keeping our streets neat, the government will take notice of that, and they will know what to do in order to enhance more living conditions. So, yes, the people at the head of affairs are not doing very well, but there is recklessness among
the people
they are leading.
All right, thank you very much.
Start cultivating some responsible lifestyle, and then we will have that boldness to confront the people at the head of affairs.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Bright. That's quite true. Everything he mentioned there is true. If the people already know how to be responsible for themselves, I mean, there is no how the government would overlook that. It's as simple as it sounds. But I'm going to take some WhatsApp messages here. This one is coming from Ernest from Woji. Says, those people who don't believe in Nigeria, please tell them to stop calling Nigerian stations like Today FM. I think they have their own studio. All right, thank you very much. That's coming from Ernest. This one says, the fault is from the people. They rule Nigeria in ethnic lines. All right, thank you very much for your contribution there. Let's quickly check the SMS portal. This one says, my Nigerianness predicates on standards, that's positive standards that are made to pass through me. If none, then I go in my natural way. That's coming from Lawson from Ahoda. This one says, good afternoon. The identification of people is not the problem in Nigeria. Our problem is our leaders to be proactive and also enforcing policies and directing it towards her citizen. George from Rumewo Odego. The truth of the matter is that, George, the problem may not 100% be the leaders, because the leaders are simply a product of the people. So if the people understand what is right and they work and they are responsible for themselves, right, it will be very difficult to produce leaders who would do otherwise. It's as simple as that. This one says, wealth, you should be working. All right. He says, I don't understand this country. It's too divided to progress. 60 years and we are not united. Nigeria is irredeemable. And that's coming from, your name isn't here. Your name isn't here. Let's go back to the phone lines. Keep the text messages and WhatsApp messages coming in. Let's talk about, how Nigerian are you? Are you Nigerian enough to listen and scrutinize the people who come out for elections? You don't collect the extra 5,000, 1,000 bag of rice, whatever they want to give to you, for you to close your eyes and look the other way and vote them in simply because you are a member of the PDP, the APC, or any other political party. But you are there because, or you are voting because you know this person is capable and responsible and accountable for the position he's vying for or is supposed to be in. How Nigerian are you? Are you Nigerian enough to understand that, yes, maybe the government has been very laxative or very lax with their supplies of basic necessities to us as Nigerians, but then we make sure that we take care of the little that we have. We don't vandalize what we have. I mean, we know that the government doesn't even provide at ease. They're not proactive enough to give us these things when we need it. The little that they've given, how well are you keeping it? And how well do we have? How much of youth groups, how much of people-oriented groups do we have in the country that come together to sensitize, educate, and let people understand that the people hold the power in any sovereign nation? How Nigerian are you? 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510-951. 95.1 FM, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. My name is Chris O'Chris. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome, Chris. Please go on.
Yeah. I am more Nigerian than those other people that say people are not Nigerian. I know how I have fought for this country. See, we need to tell ourselves the truth. You know, it's something that makes snail to do when. That's adage. I am a more Nigerian than those people that will see truth and paint it. If those people are the worst people that keep Nigeria to this.
So how are you using this state now that you are more Nigerian to influence those other people?
Yes. Now let me tell you, where I moved on to do my business, there is nothing like business. Nothing is moving there. It's nothing to write home about. Nobody, even somebody cannot even be in that place to do business. But when I make use of that place, and that place I started fetching money, you now see when government now start come to frustrate me. What do you think that they
frustrate
are
you? How?
You now see them. That time you see them, they are coming. This place, I have to do this. I have to do that. You have to do this and this. But when that place just like bush, nowhere to see government. When I was planning to take away the whole rubbish that is there, I didn't see Rewama. I didn't see government to come and help me to pack those rubbish. But after making it fine, you now see Rewama. And with their income tax and this and that. You see how from there, if I am not strong enough, they pull me down.
You see, that's the thing. The fact that you are aware makes it very hard for the bad government system to intimidate you. right?
Yes,
So that
and
is what we
are
need.
supposed
More
to be-
Nigerians who understand and are aware of what they can do and the power that they have.
Yes, what of, okay, what, for example, now, I can be able to bear it. What of other people that cannot bear it?
That's why people like yourself and every other person who is like-minded.
That is why I say that I am more Nigerian than those people that are telling you that we should do this and do that. If I tell you what I have passed through in this country called Nigeria,
we've all had our fair share. But thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
What we are seeing now, what we are doing now is this, and to make this country to move forward. If they are ready, if the people in affair will be ready, I am ready. But them, have you asked them how many times you see them one-on-one? They come to studio. We'll call them like as we are talking to you now. Say, Mr. Excellency, look at what is happening in my area now. For example, I contribute money for my transformer. Just to remove leaves on high tension, I contribute money. Just to do this, I contribute money.
All right, Chris.
If our transformer now fuse cut, we'll contribute money to do it. How many times will you people bring all this, our politicians, to studio? Let us question them. But you people keep on telling us we should respect them, we should not use certain words on them. When are we going to talk to them?
All right, Chris.
You wear mask and talk to him.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Shedding them from them, it's not doing it any good. Bring them to the studio, ask them questions one-on-one. My name is this. I vote for them. During the vote, they come and ask me to vote for them. But when they win, you will not see them. You will not even talk to them. It's during the election that
you know, Chris, yeah, you can also organize forums like this in your local government and talk to your local government chairman.
That forum, listen, if I organize that forum, just like intelligence report now you are hearing, you hear there is some miscreant.
All right, Chris. All right, thank you very much. Let me listen to some other person. See, the truth of the matter is that none of us is more Nigerian than any other person. If you are doing the right thing, you are Nigerian. If you're doing the right thing, if you're getting sensitized and getting aware, becoming even more aware of the political system and the kind of persons that you bring into government, because you have the power to decide who comes in and rules you, who comes in to lead you, who comes in to represent you. And if they don't do it right, because you were the one that put them there, you have all the power and the boldness to tell them, see, you're not doing enough. We want you out. We have someone else that will replace you because you're not accountable to your responsibilities. And that's how it works. You don't just sit down and, think that the government will change. The government will not change because the government is a product of the people. If the people are the kind of persons that, there's this thing they say that Nigerians can be pushed to the wall. What we do is we find a better position to just stay in the wall and, mend our wounds and nurse our wounds and then laugh. We try to be happy in every situation. We don't know how to push for a change. That is the problem. And you don't push for a change by insulting anybody, as Chris wanted to pose it. That's not how it works. I mean, if you have an opportunity to interface with your local government chairman, there are other civil ways to posit your displeasure with that particular person. That's how it works. 95.1 FM. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Matthew from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome, Matthew. Please go on.
Well, are you hearing me? Sometimes I get angry when I heard you people talk as if you are not in this country. Because I see how you are reacting to the last caller. See, our politicians, their mind has been made up in such a way that there's nothing you can talk that can move them. Their mind has been made up in such a way that they say whatever thing they decide, that's what they will do.
So a few politicians can control over 200 million people, for crying out loud. Let's think about this.
Well, if you, just like for example, in this country, you see a particular route, you'll be crying for a particular route. They will award out the same route to your brother. That they will not do that route. When you cry again, they will decide to bribe their own family brother to go talk that road has been awarded and they have completed it. When you talk, your own brother, they have given money to oppose that protest. See, my sister, this country, our leaders have not made it in such a way we are in their palms. That's what they will do.
You see. With what you've said, the person you should be blaming is the brother or the person who instead of following or pursuing the cause for all of you, decides to allow the politician bribe them. That's why I'm saying that a majority of the people cannot be silenced by a few politicians. If everybody is not divided by ethnic lines, or we don't have the issue of I have political ambition, I have to be loyal and what have you, then we would all have a unified voice and then we would push for that change that we want. And the politicians don't have a choice.
Well, you know that if there's a protest now for one thing or the other in this state now, you will see the same politicians that are supposed to listen to those protesters, listen to them on what they are agitating for. They will prefer to bribe other people. Let there be counter protest against that thing that is happening.
For how long would they be able to silence the people is the question. Because these things don't come easy.
It has been there. It has been there. And when there's counter protest, you see police stopping the two groups. And when the police stopping the two groups, you see that thing the right thing they're agitating for will no longer, the government will not listen to it again. But they really know that what these people are agitating for is the right thing. For the fact that they want to stop it, they will prefer to bribe the other people. They counter the protest.
All right. Thank you.
I'm just confused the way you people react on some issues. Those people are not in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. We are all in Nigeria and we're all trying to see things from different perspectives. I mean, there is nothing wrong in saying that the majority of the people can enforce a change in the minds of a few politicians. And if you really think about it, there is truth in that. So I don't know. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Wes.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm Chima, calling from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome, Chima. Please go on.
Wes, I object the statement he made that all of us Nigerians are more patriotic. Nigerians. That no one is more than Nigerians. I want to tell you that we, the followers, are more than Nigerians than even politicians. You understand? Because if the politicians are Nigerians, I wouldn't see a situation where an individual will be given opportunity to rule in a particular state or region. And you told the people that you build a world-class whatever, then when you had an accident, you will travel overseas.
That's why, Chima, I said we are all Nigerians if we are doing the right thing. Right thing was the key word.
The key word there is, look, if we do the right thing, we are all Nigeria. We are equal in terms of all of us in the country.
All right, away from trying to disapprove what I had said. How Nigerian are you, Chima? What have you done? What are you doing? How are you insisting on a change?
Of course, West. First of all, I am a law-abiding citizen of this country. You understand? I do the right thing, you understand, which I believe. Then I speak out whenever I feel any ills of any administration. You are aware when I try to move a protest against local government chairman, against the state government for what my community was passing through. You understand? So these are my contributions, and I make calls every day on your program to speak out on the things that I see that need to be right, to be correct. You understand? So
all right,
these people, they are not Nigerians. They are more than any of us. We are more Nigerians. But I want to tell their people, please, these people are just 1% of the population. If the people are collective and unanimous in our decision, they cannot do anything. The problem there is we are so divided. Some people are speaking different languages.
All right. Languages. Wait. Are you telling me that language right now is the only thing that can, solidify the division between us. I mean, we can speak different languages and have the same ideal.
Language I mean is people are taking sides.
Okay. All right,
people
Chima.
Are taking sides. That
all right,
is the
Chima.
We have faced with.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution there. Let me take some messages on WhatsApp. This one says, Annie, no, my name is Wealth Chai. I realized myself when the first caller called that it is true that I am providing everything for my country and my country is doing nothing for me. Come on, Nigerians, how did we get here? From this, I am even more Nigerian than what I should be. Please, can somebody help me from here? I am sinking here. God, please help me. Okay. Goes on to say, Wealth, I have stressed myself to the maximum elastic limit to be Nigerian. If I stress more to be Nigerian, I would exceed my limit and break. I pay for electricity, but no light. I pay my tax, no road. I buy transformer, PHED will take over it and start taxing me. I drill borehole, government will take over and tax me. COVID-19, no hospital for government and palliative. Instead, government will press on me to provide palliative for the people. All right. Easy does it there. I wouldn't want to take the last part of your statement, but let's be calm on that particular one. This one says, good day, Wealth. How Nigerian do you expect me to be when I provide almost everything I need to be human? The government of the so-called Nigeria is making things difficult for her citizens. When they make policies, we only survive being this contraption by the mercies of God. Do you know that Nigerians are not asking much from the so-called leaders? For 60 years now, they've not been able to provide constant electricity, no good road, insecurity everywhere, harsh government policies, etc. Another 10 years from today, somewhere else, I'm guessing, will also ask me how Nigerian I. Okay, all right. Let me take some more messages because of time. Anyway, this one says, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, Wealth. I am Ibere Njoye from PH. Let the truth be told, Nigerians have tried their best to be true Nigerians, but some Nigerians are tired. They want to go there anyway. All right, this one says, Wealth. Nigeria was born in 1960. I am first an Igbo man before I became a Nigerian. Before independence, we were all separate. I'm guessing that's what you wanted to write. Well, the truth of the matter is that we're together now. We are together now. Since independence, 60 years. Together now. And there is little or nothing we can do about that. The only thing we can do is try as much as we can to forget the harsh history that we all share and try to create a new experience that would be, the history for our children. It's not so difficult. We can all come together unified and decide that, democracy must truly be the order of the day. Our politicians must listen to us and must be accountable and responsible for their positions. That's as simple as it is. But maybe it's not so simple until we all get the idea. But little by little, we're getting it. There are lots of people who have gotten the idea already, and hopefully it spreads with sensitization and the proper mindset and awareness being sent out there. Maybe there would be a change in the coming years. But for now, it is time for me to say goodbye. I am way past my time here. Today's hustle would come back tomorrow. But until then, do have an amazing, amazing day. Today's Sports Live is coming up next. Do stay tuned.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
What a goal! Hangs it up for Ronaldo. Oh my God!
Experience the glorious goals rush. The heated verbal jabs and even moments of madness. Experience the sensational swings, strokes and shots. The moments of victory and despair. Experience lights out on a majestic night in Singapore and a whole lot more.
On your premium talk news and sports radio station.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Listen to Sports Attack Every weekday from 7:30 a.m. And Today Sports Live after the news update at 3 p.m. Stay tuned on Saturdays and Sundays for a bumper edition of Today Sports Live from 1 to 6 p.m. Experience sports in its entirety on your premium talk news and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello, my name is Kanu Wanko, aka Papilo. For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Today Sports Live on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt.
Pass for your best moment in Nigerian sports, feel free. But you can go to the Olympics, Choma Junwa's feat. Yes, you can talk about in athletics. Which one comes to mind to you?
I think we've had relatively from maybe the first one will just be the Choma Junwa's, their sets.
Okay.
And behind will be exciting because Okagberi and the others, they still manage at times to pick bronze and silver.
Yeah, exactly,
and gold.
at the Olympics.
It's not really as exciting as the people who did it for the very first time.
All right. So you feel free to share with us your your sporting moment of the last 60 years. I'm sure a lot of you have not been born 60 years ago, but even by
great things for other countries, and if we had added all those medals, I'm not sure we'll be where we are now and all those successes. So in reality, with the human resources we have, we are not supposed to be where we are if we had harnessed it well enough. But management has always been our problem.
All right, let's start from athletics, because I told you earlier, athletics is one of the sport that has given us so much glory in the past. And of course, the Nigeria's flag was first hoisted at the 1952 Olympic Games in Helsinki, Finland, by 9 athletes. They are Karim Olowu, Edward Ajado, Titus Erenle, I should say, and Muslim Arogundade, Rafiu Oluwa, Sylvanus Williams, Josiah Majokudomi, Nafiu Osagi, and Boniface Gobadia, who only competed in one sport, athletics. So in 1952 at the Helsinki Games in Finland, we only competed in athletics. They returned from Finland without a single medal, but with pride of being the trailblazers. Nigeria made entry in the British Empire Games held at Vancouver, Canada in 1954, which later became the Commonwealth Games. Emmanuel Ifeajuna, a high jumper, became the first athlete to win a gold medal for the country at an international meet, and even Africa following his feat. He jumped 6 feet 8 inches to write his name in gold. Now, in 1964, Noji Mayegun became the first athlete to win an Olympic medal for Nigeria. Mayegun won the bronze at the Tokyo Olympics in the light middleweight category. That's in boxing, as a matter of fact. Now, this modest achievement was celebrated by the whole country as it marked the dawn of an era in Nigerian sports. Now, at Barcelona 92, Nigeria's women, their women 4x100 meters relay team was made up of Mary Onyali, Beatrice Utondo, Faith Idehe, and Christy Okpara Thompson won the bronze at the games. While Nigeria's third silver medal in Spain was won by Oluyemi Kayode, Olopade Adenikon, Davison Ezinwa, Chidi Imo, and Osmond Ezinwa in the men's 4x100 meters relay after heavyweight boxer David Izorite and super heavyweight boxer Richard Ibinegu lost in the final to their respective opponents to claim the first 2 silver medals. Nigeria eventually broke this jinx against the Olympics gold at Atlanta 96 when Golden Girl Chioma Ajunwa jumped to the gold with a 7.12 meters in the long jump event. And Nigeria also had a silver medal at the games through Falilat Ogunkoya, BC Afolabi, Fatima Yusuf, and Charity Opara in the women's 4x100 meters relay. Now, the bronze medalists for Nigeria were Falilat Ogunkoya in the women's 400 meters event, Mary Onyale in the women's 200 meters event. A significant incident which bordered on fair play helped Nigeria to win a gold medal at the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games. Now, Ndoka Awazie, the late Sunday Bada, Clement Chukwu, Fidelis Gazama, Jude Monye, and Nefiok Udobong won silver in the men's 4x400 meters with a time of 2 minutes 58.68 seconds. But the International Olympic Committee, IOC, later stripped the United States of gold for doping, hence the ultimate medal to Nigeria, which competed fairly. All right, these are the standard moments for Nigeria, when it comes to Olympics, athletics, maybe even boxing. But we still talk more about boxing. But in the meantime, Superman, your standard moment for Nigeria in athletics, what will it be for you?
At that time, we had been pushing, but we had not even tasted gold. Talk more of even having other medals to go with that gold, but that was the year. I don't want to go to the other side now, football, but
we are talking about athletics.
Yeah, Chioma Ajunwa's respectable performance actually put us on the map and told the world that yes, we can actually do this thing and even touch the goal. The world had already started asking questions. Who are these people that are maybe winning bronze and silver up until that point, Emeka? And that's single feat cemented her name as a national icon and even an African icon now to an extent. Looking at the number of countries in Africa that were probably participating in the Olympics.
If you
at
win
the time.
gold at the Olympics, you can pass for a world icon in that sport.
Okay. so Emeka, I think that was the moment for me. But in boxing, really, we also progressed. The 2 guys that lost in the finals, I didn't follow it then, no doubt, but I think that for me would also pass for an interesting moment because globally I feel the world has paid little attention up until this particular year to the kind of quality and maybe not quality, talents that Nigeria has in boxing. But in reality, it's been there for a very, very long time. Richard Binigbu and one of the other guy now,
David Izorite.
Should be around, maybe he should be from this part of the world.
Yeah, David Izorite is from this side, yeah.
Okay,
he's an Ijaw boxer,
so I think for me, this particular year was the standout year, and the standout performance would definitely be that of Chioma Ajunwa. We also have had fair days ahead and even before, but 1996 stands as that year.
How about the 4x400 meters relay team in 2000? Yes, they won silver initially, but that silver was upgraded to gold when the United States that won the gold, competed unfairly by doping. So the guys were eventually given the gold medal as a matter of fact. The likes of Nefiok Udobong, late Sunday Bada, Clement Chukwu, Jude Moy, and of course Fidelis Gazama.
Well, nothing like 96, but it was also a respectable performance. 96 was just that year. This one you tasted silver first for them to upgrade you. 96 we hit gold.
And it was almost more than a decade before they eventually got the...
and the celebrations were just on that day. After that day, the excitement always dies down. Even if at the end, they now tell you that Maria Jones was thrown out, the person who won silver. I don't even care about the person who won silver. It's all about her. Maybe, yes, I know she's lost it, but I don't pay attention to who came second. So I think for me, we've had a lot of athletes who have given their best to this
the likes
country.
of Mary Onyale in the 100 and 200 meters.
Very true.
Falila Ogunkoya in the 400 meters. In fact, Falila Ogunkoya's record is still intact.
Unbroken?
No, not yet broken as we speak right now. Mary Onyale's record was broken by our own Blessing of Kagbari at some point, the 200 meters African record.
So Emeka, you want to look at that, and you can actually tell us that yes, we can beat our hands on our chest and tell ourselves that we've done a fine job, but it would have been better. It would have been a sweeter taste if we had, for example, the medal won by Daniel Igali for Canada. If we had it in athletics right there, or maybe in the sports generally right there at the Olympics, maybe the ones picked by the different names, Gloria Alozie, the different names who have been going to the one that's answering a Bahrainian name now, different one of them that picking, yes,
Nasa El Salwa.
Exactly. If we had all added these medals, I'm sure we would not be at exactly where we are. We would have even gone further or better than this. But at this point, I think with these little achievements, maybe we can say, yes, we've done a little bit, even if I feel we have performed below our potential and what I know we are capable of doing.
Are you overrating Nigeria?
Emeka, no.
Or you think we have what it takes to actually do perhaps what the United States have done in world sports, China, the likes, Russia?
Well, Emeka,
are we there yet?
No, it will be trying to hang yourself by comparing yourself to China and USA. I think that's too much. But we could have probably made it to the top 10, top 15 teams in athletics in the world globally if only we had put in the work managerially. I'm still saying it. Some of these countries pick these athletes.
You think our problem over the years have been that of management?
Yes, management provides the structures, they provide the finance, they provide the fundings. Look at when they picked Gloria Alozie and she still went on to win medals there. Imagine if they even picked her when she was 5 years old or 7 years old. So if we had put things in proper place here or in proper arrangement, I think we would have been better placed to win medals at this tournament. But we prepare poorly. We prepare 6 months at a time, sometimes 3 months at a time. Sometimes we don't even prepare athletes properly, which makes them easily move to even other countries. But I want to say kudos for the little they've done anyway.
All right, we'll go to Abuja right now. The master is on the line, the one and only Mitchell Obi, president of the Association of International Sports Journalists in Africa. Mitchell Obi, he has seen it all over the years. Mitchell, good to have you on the show, the master.
Let me say a blessed independence anniversary and, of course, a blessed new month. October reminds us that we are gradually coming to the end of a year.
It's been a very turbulent year, to say the least, the master. And as many will ask, what are we even celebrating?
Perhaps when you get to a diamond jubilee, you want to remind all that there is still plenty ahead, and you need to take steps to perhaps see how you count your blessings in the past. But I don't know what we are counting. I think it's only fair that we honor it in just reflection.
Well, the master, talking about counting blessings, I'm sure back in the day we also, we were able to, obtain international glory in our sporting life as a country. 60 years down the line, would you like to take us down memory lane? Some of those highlights of our sports in the past 60 years.
Emeka, you want to conjure some of the pains over time. I think
perhaps we'll look at the joys instead of the pains now.
Let's start even before independence, when we had the greats like Hogan Kidbasi. I don't know whether
the boxer.
You were not.
No, I wasn't born.
Empire champion, the Commonwealth. So was it? He was also a world champion. That was in the smaller weights, and it was he was a name you couldn't just miss when people wanted to talk about boxing. Interestingly, he was laid to rest at the National Stadium, where you have the new boxing gym, and you go there for those who want to pay respect to a man who made a mark winning his title outside the shores of Nigeria. So we have Hogan Kidbasi, and in that line also, later on, there was Dick Ihetu Tiger, not only a middleweight world champion, but also a light heavyweight world champion. And he fought his last fight before he went out to lose the title in the Liberty Stadium in Ibadan. Of course, when you talk about
was it the one against Fulma?
Yes, that's the fight against Jean Fulma.
Yeah.
Stories are told of that fight. But the good thing was that in the boxing ring Hall of Fame, the Tiger is rated as one of the greatest middleweights. And so you know what the middleweight meant in the 70s, 80s, and now, not now, where you have a scattering of so many boxing federations and so many different kinds of titles. You don't really want to. We're talking about where for you to become a champion, you can plan for it, prepare for it. You look at the ladder and know how to climb. Those were the beautiful days. Of course, over time we had boxers who made their mark. I'm using boxing because boxing appears to be the medal haven of Nigerian sports.
Our first Olympic medal came from boxing.
Yes,
Noji Mayegu. Yeah.
Yes, Noji Mayegu, the Saleko boy who is blind now, but
it's a shame.
Yeah, but he's staying abroad and comfortable. And I recall that only last year he was honored by the Household of God Church, the Caris Award. He was honored, and that was the first time I saw the sports minister really coming to talk about the Olympic dream in Tokyo. Of course, Mayego won his bronze medal in Tokyo. So Tokyo will have been a fitting return, of course, back to where he won a medal. There's been other greats in boxing, but boxing has really been outstanding. And don't forget Davidson Ande, who became our first ever amateur or world boxing champion.
Wow.
Many people, the story of Davidson Ande is a story of pain. It's a story of regret, a story that should not be told even, a story that disarms some of us who ask ourselves, where have we kept the labor of our heroes past? But then the scattering of other boxers. Interestingly, in boxing, we also had a policeman who made his mark winning the WBC heavyweight title of the world.
Okay.
He was a world champion.
The man from Akwa Ibom State.
The nightmare.
Yeah, Samuel Peters.
He ended in nightmarish fashion the way he was beaten, but it's on record that he won the WBC version of the title.
No doubt. He's still fighting these days anyways. The master, apart from boxing, we also made our mark in athletics, right?
I'll come to athletics.
Okay.
That's why I said you say, Johnny, you wanted me to. What I'm giving you is merely the highlights. And I want to move from one sport to another so that those who are listening can have a better understanding.
No doubt about that, the master. Yes. Go ahead.
So even at the Olympic level, boxing has become the joy sport for us. After Noyi Mayego, you had the one who became the coach of medalists, Isaac Ikoria. He also won a bronze medal in the Munich Olympic Games in boxing. So that's some of the great. Then coming to the Olympic itself in boxing, that is where we have made the mark. From Peter Konyegwachi, his brother also
84.
came into the fold. Yes, 84.
Our first silver at the Olympics.
Silver, and some of his contemporaries include the one who today tells you that he's pound for pound the best boxer in the world, the money man. You know the money man?
Yeah, Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather, yes, of course. I'm happy you can remember that. Then you look at Izorite.
David Izorite.
Yes. So these are the guys who have made their marks winning.
The Duncan Dokiwaris of this world.
Okay.
Richard Igbenegu.
They all came close, but never got to win the
gold. Yes,
that is the pain. That's the pain I still have today, because in boxing, if we had kept the momentum, if we had kept at churning out those medal hunters, today we will have been talking about an Olympic gold. Of course, where did the gold come from? The first ever Olympic gold.
It came from MBC.
A deputy commissioner of police, the one who, like a bird, flew And if you ask her today whether she can still do it, she will tell you no. But you know, the interesting part of it is that she was a footballer.
Yes, she played for Nigeria at the World Cup.
Yes, in China. She was in China when the first ever Women's World Cup final.
1991, yeah.
I am happy. Yeah, you are really in tune. She was there, and today that also reminds us of the strength of the uniform service. That is where we have always really found the haven to not only to prepare and produce and groom and also expand and explore our sporting strength, but also show. I'm talking about the police, the army, some of the greats of Nigerian football, Nigerian areas. You were not only there to really add to keeping the peace or holding your own as a servant of the people, but also using the place as a ferment to really get the best out of sports. So you want to ask what has happened to the army, to the police, compared to what in the past, person of the Nigerian police, when they were preparing for the police games in Anambra last is it this year?
Earlier this year, before the lockdown, I think. Yeah.
Went to hold the sports festival this year.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this year.
So the police games was this year.
I think earlier this year, yes, before the lockdown.
You see what COVID has caused. You begin to think that there have been two dispensations. So he said the police were looking again at bringing the magic, and we hope they can capture those magic moments when they gave us good hope with talents that produce. So athletics, you can't forget the like of Falilado Ogunkoya. You need to see her run the 400 meters. She
still has the African record.
She was a rough diamond in Africa, and she get that clear.
Amazing. Before Choma Juma got good, yeah.
Before Choma got good. Of course, the glorious Barcelona, a goodie. I call them the goodie four. The girls who hug themselves as if they were finding a new. They were finding new husbands who had gone away onto an island.
The picture is still everywhere now, the master.
that picture remains an Olympic evergreen. That they celebrated it was for that medal from Barcelona, and then not to talk about. Should we come to it? We've looked at athletics. We've looked at boxing. At the Commonwealth level, that's why 1990. One of the guys who said he watched him go for that leap, that was in Vancouver in 1956. The one who won our first ever gold in the Commonwealth. It was known as the Empire Games then. Of course, he became a soldier and one of the most notorious or celebrated soldier. He was a fine student from University of Ibadan, so you couldn't ignore him.
Emmanuel Ifajuna.
Emmanuel Ifajuna, a name that many dread to call, yet when in their private times they want to tell you about his exploits. He jumped wearing the socks only on one of the legs. Removed the shoes, the jumping shoes, where had only the socks, and went for it with the Ifajuna jump style. And when you talk about Nigeria till today, they are scared to put his name in the Hall of Fame because he was involved in a coup, as if coups were not part of our story. They are part of our story.
They master, let's wrap it up with football.
Yes, football. You remember that morning in Atlanta when Nigerians saw the one who was like the butterfly, the papillon. They call him Papilo. That's how he celebrates when he scores a goal.
The semi-final win against Brazil.
That was a comeback of all comebacks. to think that he was a captain of that team, where you had so many captains. And Emmanuel Amunike showed why he was African Player of the Year, scoring that inimitable goal. Many people thought it was offside, but it was the goal against Argentina. So that was the Olympic goal in football. Still remains our watershed in terms of honors globally. And if you ask so many people, they will say they brought pride to Africa. The first time an African team will win a goal from the FIFA stable, that was very close. Of course, when you look at the Olympic football event and the World Cup, some will say there is a gap, but of course, Olympic is mankind's biggest sports event, and if you have the best of the best in the Olympics, why not? But what I still cherish in that triumph was the one they call the golden goal. The golden gold.
That knocked Brazil out of it there.
Yes, the golden goal, which was our football honor, and of course the goal that gave us the gold, and that goal was called the golden goal. That was against Brazil. So it still stands. After that, I've not heard of the golden goal. So we were the beginning and the end of the golden goal.
The master, thank you so much for the historical analogy of Nigerian sports at 60. One will ask, are we there yet? And what must we do to eventually get to the El Dorado of global sports?
What must we do to come again?
What must we do to get to the El Dorado of global sports?
Well, we have to first understand that excellence is a habit. That is what we have to imbibe, all of that.
All right.
We have to imbibe all of that. I mean, it's a simple thing. Once you make excellence a habit, then you know that you have to put all the elements that will engineer excellence. And what are those elements? First of all, you have to be disciplined in the way you allot your resources. You have to also be disciplined in the way you cultivate the talents you have. You must be disciplined in the way you expose them. And so you are looking at even the sustainable development goals, which call sports as a partner. Sports is the veritable enabler for the successful fulfillment of the 17 sustainable goals, and that tells you the power of sports. So if we can get those goals in place and we use sports as the catalyst, then you can imagine where we'll be all round. I'm talking about having good facilities, infrastructure. You're looking at health. You're looking at the way we conduct ourselves all around, Emeka. So it is the strength.
All right.
Sports can lead us to that El Dorado.
Okay.
That El Dorado is a matter of perhaps the way we are going. Let it not be another 60 years.
Okay. we hope we don't get to another 60 years before we get there. Thank you so much, Master, for joining us all the way from Abuja this afternoon.
Yeah, Abuja is good. The sun coming out. I would love to see the sunset. It will be a good picture to take for those who want to remember 60 years of Nigeria, where we are still in our nappies.
I'm sure you're having fun in Abuja already, the master. Thank you so much. Mitchell, will be always a pleasure having him talk to us. And of course, he did quite did go back in time to highlight a lot of things in terms of Nigeria's achievement in sports, boxing, athletics, and football. The highlight of which is the Atlanta Olympic gold. Like I did promise you guys, Big John is in the building. Big John Seniboy is in the building. Boxing fans, are you ready?
Boxing fans must be ready. Every time Big John hits the studio, Emeka, bet me, there are lots of boxing fans waiting to hear us talk.
All right. We also have Dero Egemba in the building. He's the chief these days, Chief Dero Egemba. He's the Imba coordinator in Port Harcourt. And of course, in South, as a matter of fact. And you can't talk about club football in Nigeria without mentioning Imba. You haven't started there. Imba remains the most successful club in the country, the only Nigerian club to win the CAF Champions League back to back.
Yes, Emeka, we are the best at the moment.
No doubt about that. Big John, good to have you on the show. Big John, Mitchell did do a decent job, talking about some of the achievements of Nigeria in boxing, but I'm sure you can do better because this is your field there.
Yeah, this is my field. Even before Mitchell talked, Brady talked, Emeka, there is one thing you have done. You have reeled out the names of boxers here in Nigeria. I mean, you not those ones who went professional, but those ones who are here in Nigeria and did make Nigeria proud in the Olympics game. One thing that is very synonymous with the professional sport of boxing, especially here in Nigeria, is the fact that boxing gave us our first medal. I have said it before. A whole lot of people may disagree with it, but I've said it before. I'm going to say it here once more again, that as far as sports is concerned in Nigeria, boxing is Nigeria's strong point in sport, not football. Emeka, not football.
Our first. Hold on, Emeka. No, I'm coming. Let me just highlight. Add to what you just said. Our first medal at the Olympics came from boxing, 1964, not Jimmy ago. Our first silver medal in the Olympics came from boxing. Peter Koyegwachi, 1984. We not only missed out from gold in 92 and 96.
And then again, in football, Nigeria has never won the FIFA Senior World Cup before.
Yes. But we haven't even gotten to the quarterfinals.
But the Nigerian.
We have won the World Championship. Heavyweight.
The most prestigious title as far as boxing is concerned. So when I say that boxing is Nigeria's strong point in sport, I'm saying with all authority, Emeka. Now you have read out the names of all those boxers who've made Nigeria proud in the Olympics game. I would like to highlight only one of them because you've already done that. And that is the fact that a certain son of Rivers State, a Calabari-born heavyweight by name Duncan Dokuware, was one of them that won bronze medal in the Atlanta 96 Olympics game. But because you've already mentioned names of people like Mayegun, Izorite, Koyegwachi, let me go to those ones who have gone professional. Emeka, in as early as 1957, 3 years to Nigeria's independence in 1960, a certain Nigerian by name Hogan Bassi stamped Nigeria's name on the international sporting scene via boxing. And he did that by winning the flyweight title, the world flyweight title in boxing. That is in 1957. A couple of years later, another great Nigerian, and Amai Bobon Olo son, I think from Imo State, made Nigeria proud. The late Dick Tiger of Africa. Not even Dick Tiger of Nigeria, Dick Tiger of Africa. Even Queen Elizabeth was amazing. He was the first person, the first sportsman from Nigeria to win, to be awarded that order of MBE, member of the British Empire. He was a world champion in 2 different weight classes. It's so unfortunate to make here in Nigeria, we don't value our sportsmen and women. If you step into the fight center of the world, talking about the Madison Square Garden, if you take a look at the walls, the pictures adorning the walls of Madison Square Garden,
you see the greats.
People like Muhammad Ali, you see people like George Foreman, Mike Tyson, somewhere along the line, you must find that picture of late Dick Tiger, Richard H. This is how, it's contemporaries in boxing over there are even angry that Nigeria does not value our own sportsmen and women. Talking about Hogan Bassi and Dick Tiger, Emeka, I will never fail. In fact, God will punish me if I fail to mention that nearly 70 years old grandfather that is still today fighting, wanting to stamp Nigeria's name on the Guinness International Book of World Records as the oldest man to to fight. Emeka, as far as boxing is concerned here in Nigeria, I've not seen any person with a better resume than this nearly 70-year-old grandfather called Bashale. In December 3, 1990, Bashale became the United States Boxing Association Cruiserweight Champion. June 2nd, 1985, he became the North American Boxing Federation Cruiserweight Champion. September 23, 1988, the same Bashale became Nigerian Heavyweight Boxing Champion. This was a guy that was boxing over there. He will come over to Nigeria to win and go back there again to fight. And as early as February 23, 1990, he became the WBC International Cruiserweight Champion of the world. July 31st, 1993, he became African Heavyweight Title Champion. You will see this man going abroad to fight, becoming a WBC International Cruiserweight Champion, coming back to Africa to fight for the African Heavyweight Title. And in September 2000, Bashale was the WBF Cruiserweight Title Champion of the world. WBF stands for World Boxing Federation. Now you leave Bashale again. Let me make a quick switch to 2 boxers One of them, Henry Akinwade, a former
heavyweight champion. Exactly.
Then there is that Igbo man. He changed his name to Heavy High. Emeka, for a long time, I've been
I remember Heavy High.
Heavy High. You know, he's an Igbo man from Nigeria. When he went abroad, he changed his name to Heavy High.
Heavy Ifeanyi High.
Ifeanyi High, exactly. Ifeanyi High. You understand? Why he changed his name, I don't know. Perhaps he wasn't so satisfied with what's happening in Nigeria, like a whole lot of other sportsmen, like a lot of them have changed nationalities.
Francis Obikwelu,
Gloria Lozier. And that is exactly one of the things. Emeka Doru will get to that. We'll talk about how Nigeria has been treating their sportsmen.
All right.
We'll end it up with the present beautiful bride of the heavyweight division of professional boxing, the number one heavyweight boxer in the world today. Anthony Oluwafemi. Hey, Emeka, if anybody see Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua when he dobale for President Buhari, that time when Buhari went
UK,
at that time and the time when I saw Samuel Okon Peters fight with the green boxing gloves and the boxing shorts, Emeka, come see the Nigerian Sports Supporters Fan Club singing that he's a miracle walking God. Hey, if you watch that fight, you will cry for Nigeria. You will feel the emotion.
The glory moment of sports in Nigeria.
If anybody says boxing is not the number one sport in Nigeria, I'm ready to dispute.
No, but when you go to the followership of the various sports, you have to give it to football.
No. The worldwide, we give it to football.
No, even in Nigeria here, we follow football a lot more than other sports. But no, boxing, like you said, I agree with you, have the potential of giving us even more international glory. If I look at what we have achieved in boxing in the past, if we invest the kind of resources we have invested in football in boxing, we would have done better.
Emeka, that is exactly what we're saying. For years now, Big John has been crying. For example, for me, on my level, I don't know how to penetrate the present governor of Rivers State. But Emeka, you are aware, I've been crying for a sponsorship of the first governor Yeson Wike heavyweight boxing title here. Emeka, Anthony Joshua grew up like this. And Mike Tyson was picked up at a very tender age.
By Costa
D'Amato. Before you know what was there, at the age of 20, he was already a world boxing
champion. Yeah.
At the age of 14,
we can catch them young from here too. We have the potential. David is already from this part of the world. Duncan Akiwari from this part of the world. We have the potentials there.
Right now, we even
growing up in Port Harcourt those days in Dube, every street, every yard you go to, they'll say punching bag at the back of the building. They put it on the streets.
The most painful thing is the fact that right now Rivers State even has the best boxing gym as far as this country called Nigeria is concerned. If you step into the boxing gym there at Niger Street with basketball pitch there, you will see even the standing aces there. We have a very fine boxing gym, but the boxing competitions
are not there.
Yes, are not taking place.
You have to bring this competition so that you'll be able to discover these talents.
And you know, Emeka, of course, that an idle mind is the devil's workshop.
You can say that again.
Especially now that we're even nearing an election period. Big John is crying for the
government. We'll get to that in a jiffy, but let's quickly give a wrap of what we've been able to achieve in football back from 1960 till date. Of course, the UK tourists popularized football in Nigeria as the August 16, 1949 tour inspired a number of boys in the country then to take to football. Now, though the tourists, which had skipper Richard Etim Henshaw, Sam Ibiam, Peter Anyeke, Teslim Tonda Balogun, and Isaac Akioye, among others, practically played barefooted, they did impress even their hosts before they returned home as heroes after recording 2 wins against Marine Grosby 5-2 and Bromley 3-1, and of course the 2 draws and 5 losses. A chapter was added to the history of Nigerian football in 1980 when the Green Eagles won the 12th Africa Cup of Nations as hosts in Lagos. The Lajes for winning the 1980 AFCON to the Christian Chukwu-led Eagles was massive. Each player was given a brand new 504 car, a bungalow at First Town, Lagos, and of course the National Honor Member of the Order of the Niger, MON. Nigeria's under-23 team also won the soccer gold at the Olympic Games and the first time by an African country. Inarguably, Nigeria remains the most successful nation in the Under-17 FIFA Championships. After Nigeria won the Maiden Under-16 World Cup in China in 1985, she went on to win 4 more titles of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in 1993, 2007, 2013, and 2015. Also, Nigeria had on 2 occasions lost in the final of the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. The first in 1989 in Saudi Arabia, and of course the last in 2005 in the Netherlands. How can we forget the exploits of our girls Super Falcons, who have won 9 out of 11 African women championships here on the continent. Now, what however remains worrisome to many soccer buffs is the fact that Nigeria, despite winning FIFA Under-17 World Cup for a record 5 times, this feat has not been translated into success in the senior national team, the Super Eagles, as Nigeria is here to make a quarterfinal appearance at the World Cup after their debut in the Mundial in 1994. Superman. Okay, let me even bring Dero in here. Dero, how would you describe our performance in football in the past, since, I mean, as much as we can remember?
Yeah, Mecca, our football of lately is down. I don't know how to explain it now this time around, but immediately Amojupiniki came on board. I think all the age-graded football, under 20, under 17, we qualified, even Super Eagles. But along the line, as we're going, everything is going down. Even at the moment now, our home base Eagles, Shan Eagles, did not qualify for this.
They didn't qualify for the
next
that? Chan. Yeah, exactly.
Look at Togo.
Knocked us out.
So it's not something. It's something everybody have to be worried of. Because,
but if we go back to history, which is that moment in our football that you will always remember, be it at national team level or at club level?
Well, club level must be my club. 2003?
December 2003.
Yes, in Smiley.
After the 2-0 win in Aba, went to Egypt for the return leg.
Yes.
We lost 1-0, but it was enough for Imba to eventually become the first Nigerian team to win the Champions League.
Yes, he must give the kudos to Ojuzo Kalo and the chief.
Of course, the governor then. Exactly.
Yes, and the corporate player we have then. They were more determined. And the main business, and the Catholic also.
Yeah, the coach, yes, exactly.
Yes, the players I was in Egypt then. So everybody determined to come back with the trophy. With about 5 governors.
Wow.
Including University governor then.
I heard Odzakal had to sneak away with the trophy because the Egyptians were so hostile that they even wanted to take the trophy away from us.
They were very sure that they would beat us in that trophy. So in that match, final, yes. But along the line, as much was going, the first half, Ugobara brought down an
Egyptian player.
Yeah, this is Draman Traore.
Okay.
From Mali. Yeah, so now they awarded penalty. They thought they would turn over the 2-0 lead. So second half, Enyimba started with all tactics to hold down the game until 90 minutes. They gave extra 9 minutes. Still go down the game.
Wow, great one.
Now the people, they were angry. Even they beat the hell out of their players. They burned down the flags in the stadium everywhere. So we have no option. Logically, have to sneak out with the trophy.
Wow!
And inside is his suit.
Can you imagine?
Yes, and went straight to the airport.
We are talking about the governor.
The governor, yes, went straight to the airport.
Right.
So, but the problem of the Egyptian football is the rival. The rival is too much.
Yes, exactly.
The Al Ahly fans they give us support. Zamalek was worse.
They didn't want
to give us every clue.
It's to win the trophy. Can you imagine?
So that's the problem they have there.
All right, Superman, which moment stand out for you in our football in the past 60 years?
Well, we've had exciting moments, really, but it has to be 96 and
Atlanta 96.
Yes, and of course for me that wasn't smart enough to follow the Nations Cup of '94. The one in recent now in 2013 also brought some level of excitement. Exactly. But basically 96 was that year when I knew the whole Nigeria. We threw ethnicity out of the window. We threw tribalism out of the window. Religion was nowhere to be found. It was always about the football. People had to trek through cities and run through places. I think that for me is iconic. But we've had a lot of moments, Emeka, in the 70s.
No doubt. There's so many great moments. I'm sure you want to also say something about our football.
Me, 94. That first time we went to World Cup. Remember that particular goal?
Yakini.
Okay.
We went to the goal post. We went out of the everyone was crying. Those things are so emotional.
Sure.
If you take a look at the crop of players who played in that, people like Finidi George, Samson Siasia, I mean, we had the best crop of footballers in that particular team that represent Nigeria in that Cup. For me, it's not even the Atlanta 96 where Kanu Nwankwo won that gold medal. It was that first outing, that first time Nigeria went for the World Cup. And Rashidi Yekini was the first person to score a goal for Nigeria.
At the World Cup.
That moment,
there was an award. I think we were the second
best entertaining team at the World Cup.
Everybody wanted to see Nigeria play football.
All right, Big John. Before we go to the phone lines, I see I can do this in 2 minutes max. A wrap of what we've been able to achieve in boxing. You talked about the highlight of the heavyweight boxers and what have you.
Oh yeah, Mecca, I did say that as far as the African continent is concerned, there is no one country that has achieved more, that has been more successful than Nigeria. Nigeria has been a country that has made its mark across different weight categories as far as the professional sport of boxing is concerned. Here we've seen people like the late Dick Tiger become a 2-weight champion, middle and heavyweight. We've seen Hogan Bassi become a flyweight champion. We've come in the heavyweight division to see people like Henry Akinwade, Heavy Hyde. We've seen Samuel Okon Peters against all. In fact,
there was also this man that did not really hit it.
Ibabuchi,
yes, got the issues, was in prison.
He was the leader of the pack of all the boxers plying their trade in the United States in the early 90s. That man was built for a world champion. You need to see that fight between Ike Ibabuchi and David Tua. David Tua was the man who told Lennox Lewis that you are insulting me if you say you will knock me down. He gave even Mike Tyson was afraid to step into a boxing ring with David Tua.
David Tua, even though he was very short there,
but he was just like Mike Tyson, the same height, very aggressive. Everybody was afraid of him. But Ike Ibabuchi gave him the fight of his life. Emeka, I don't even know why you mentioned Ike Ibabuchi, honestly.
Yeah, he had issues.
There was a guy that has spent years in prison. After spending so many years, about 17 years in prison, the very time when they went to release him, they have to rearrest him again. That the papers that brought him into the United States were not original papers, for God's sake.
Big John, let's not go there. Let's go to the phone lines right now.
And his name is Ike Mefuna. Emeka, you know the meaning of Ike Mefuna.
But his
friends just wasted.
Oh my God. 0817 00951 0817 00951. You can also reach us on 0810 9510 951. Those are the numbers to call. Let's get your best sporting moment as far as this country is concerned in the past 60 years. We're looking at Nigeria sports at 60. What is that sporting moment that you remember today and you say, wow, this one stands out for me in this country? And of course, let's go to the phone lines and hear from this caller. Hello.
Hello, Mecca. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Today's Sports Live. Your name and the location?
I'm from work, sir.
All right, let's hear you.
I think the best sporting moment in my life is Nigeria versus Brazil, Atlanta 96.
Okay, the semi-finals, not even the final against Argentina.
No.
All right, thank you so much. Let's hear from another caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you. Today's Sports Live.
Good afternoon, Emeka and the crew.
All right, your name and the location?
It's Christopher. Chris, I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, what's your best sporting moment in the last 60 years as far as Nigeria is concerned?
You see, my best moment were the moments Enyimba represented Nigeria at the continent.
They are winning the title in 2003?
When they won the title in 2003 as a Shmali. Then in 2004 when they also won.
Defended it, yes, in Abuja.
In Abuja. And another one was the 8th Cup played between Enyimba and Lobby Stars.
Yeah, in Port Harcourt. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon to you. Today's Sports Live.
Eto calling from.
All right, Eto, your best
birthday,
person.
Today's birthday. This is birthday.
Wow. You are an independent child, eh?
Thank you. Yes.
All right, congratulations. Happy birthday to you, Eto.
I hope you are coming to drink, Eto.
Don't mind Eto now wash man. All right, let's hear you, Eto. Your best sporting moment.
1996.
Atlanta.
Very little where they were pushing me.
Is it the final or the semi-final against Brazil?
The final.
Okay, against Argentina. All right, there. Thank you so much, Eto. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon to you. Today's Sports Live. Your name and the location?
My name is Friday, calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, let's hear you.
Do you remember one game Nigeria played against South Africa?
Remember your own. No, forget about me. Just remember your own.
Tijani Babangida destroyed Backfish. Do you remember that game?
Was it the 2000 Nations Cup?
Come again?
The 2000 Nations Cup we co-hosted with Ghana?
Two goals in 1 minute. Do you remember that game? Another one is Atlanta 96.
Okay, those are your best moments in Nigerian sports.
Sorry, again, what I want to talk about.
No, time no day. More live and there, I beg. Don't be offended. Dero, when he talked about the FA Cup here in Port Harcourt, I was there in 2005. Louis Stars Himba. I mean, what are your memories of that final?
Yeah, it was
very quickly.
Yes, it was a very tough match, and that year we have some challenges. That same year, the previous year, Dolphin won double.
Yes, exactly. And their name changed to double champions.
Yes, we want to replicate the same feat.
Exactly.
But their fans are not happy that we are going to win. So, we thank God that match was very, very massive. This guy gave us the match. What's it? Dukude, Coach Dukude. He missed penalty. And the other guy, Delan Luga, saved the penalty. And
I can't forget the fireworks that day.
I am the man behind the fireworks that night. The first fireworks in the football. That's the night. And Sakibu with the goal.
That was brilliant. I mean, we have had so many moments, both at club level and international level. Superman, we have messages coming through.
Okay, I think it's mostly about Big John here, but I'll just pick three.
Go ahead.
Emeka, thank you for bringing the Big John to the studio.
The Big John will come again. He didn't come on time. He will come again on a Sunday when we spent 3 hours.
You've made my day from Nikki Otaji. This one says, good afternoon, Dogo of Sports. Good afternoon, Superman and Big John. You all have made my Independence Day a joyful one by taking us down memory lane of our historical records of Nigerian great sports heroes. Keep the good work going. I love you guys. This one is Nati from Majip. Emeka, when Mitchell was analyzing about football, but did not mention those players that played in 1987 that came victorious after scoring 3 goals to nothing and came back to equalize it and win the game. Gary from Rukbokwai.
Maybe he's talking about the Man Miracle, 89, under 20 years against USSR. Under 20 World Cup in 1989, Saudi 89.
This one's talking about European football, basically.
We're not talking about European football. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more call before we go. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Happy Independence to you. Your name and the location.
My name is Catherine, calling from Okiti.
Your best sporting moment in Nigeria.
I think my best moment of the football, I would say 1996.
Atlanta 96. Okay, Atlanta 96 seems to get the nod for most of the callers here. But Big John, before we go, your final was, I'm sure, just promise them that you come back on a Sunday when we have enough time to talk. On a Sunday when we have enough time to talk.
Yeah, definitely I will, Emeka. But I'd just like to say this.
And when you're coming, come with Dero.
I will.
Please.
Emeka, there's one thing I want to ask boxing fans to do. For those of us who like boxing, please, I want you to go back and take a look at that fight that made Samuel Okon Peters the first Nigerian, the first African to win that president.
What heavyweight champion there? Against Oleg Maskev.
Yeah, against Oleg Maskev. Emeka, when you see that green, when you see all the type of houses that boy jumped, hurdles, before he became Emeka, Don King, even Don King, they tried to
Big John, you come back. Thank you so much, Big John, for coming around. Thank you, Dero, Chief Donald Uzoma for coming around. And of course, the Superman, many thanks as well to Image of God who put this package together. Emeka Dena is my name, the Odogu One of Sports. We'll be back same time tomorrow for yet another exciting edition of the show. And of course, Sports Attack comes your way 7:30 a.m.
FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people. Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Wealth Wilson. President Muhammadu Buhari has admitted that the Nigerian economy under his watch is in crisis, just as he claimed that the situation is the same with every economy of the world. President Buhari therefore called for a sincere process of national healing as the nation marks the 60th anniversary of its independence from Great Britain. President Buhari said this in his nationwide broadcast to mark the nation's 60th independence. The president also admitted the various security challenges affecting the parts of the country, added that an underlying cause of most of the problems Nigeria has faced as a nation is our consistent harping on artificially contrived fault lines that we have harbored and allowed unnecessarily to fester. President Buhari also defended the current price of fuel in the country, stating that a responsible government must face realities, arguing that it makes no sense for oil to be cheap in Nigeria, cheaper than in Saudi Arabia.
Our government is grappling with the dual challenge of saving lives and livelihoods in face of drastically reduced resources. In this regard, sustaining the level of petroleum prices is no longer possible. The government, since coming into office, has recognized the economic argument for adjusting the price of petroleum, but the social argument about the knock-on effect of any adjustment weighed heavily with the government. In the circumstances, a responsible government must face realities and take tough decisions. Petroleum prices in Nigeria are to be adjusted. We sell now at 161 naira per liter. Chad, which is an oil-producing country, charges 362 naira per liter. Niger sells 1 liter at 346 naira. Ghana petroleum pump price is 326 naira per liter.
The president further took a swipe at his predecessors in office, saying that they did not do what his regime was doing with scarce resources like strengthening federal institutions. Nigerians have expressed dissatisfaction over the level of progress the country has made for the past 60 years of independence. Some respondents in an interview with our correspondent said the celebration of the Independence Day is uncalled for, but should be celebrated for formality purposes. While others say Nigerians are suffering just like all the sectors of the country's economy, others say there is no unity in the country, as some groups are agitating for their independence.
We need to celebrate it actually as a formality, because the situation in the country right now does not give so much reason for these celebrations, as they say, hoping that in the future to be better. Basically, all the sectors. Economy is one thing. Economy is very bad.
We need to celebrate now. There's no need for celebration now because the Nigerians are not working. Not working. Look at the detention everywhere now. People detected to go depart on their own. So I don't think any need for everything. Just for now, some people say they need Biafra. So we say they need their own country. So things is not working the way the country is moving.
The nationwide sit-at-home protest announced by the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB recorded poor compliance in parts of Port Harcourt. Our correspondent Chindo Jowo, who monitored the compliance, report that some shops were seen open and businesses going on along Ikere Road at the George, some parts of Aba Road visited. Some of those who spoke to our correspondent said the sit-at-home is their approach to protest against the Nigerian state.
Because things is not right in Nigeria. And why I'm here because we just come to look paper and we go back to our house. Yes. We are not here to do any business. We just look paper and we will go back to our houses.
Sighting, looking. They don't move anywhere. They don't sell anything. Even if you want to buy something, they don't sell it to you.
Correspondent reports that security operatives who are deployed around the Koko area of Port Harcourt and the Oyibo area of Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, the Spanish government have published a decree extending drastic restrictions across the capital with partial lockdown measures to come into play with 48 hours despite fierce opposition from Madrid's regional authorities. After days of a tense standoff, the government of Socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said it had reached an agreement with most of Spain's regions on the imposition of tough restrictions in areas where the virus is spreading rapidly. Currently, that is only Madrid, which is struggling with a rate of 780 cases per 100,000 people, compared with just 300 per 100,000 in the rest of Spain, which in itself is the highest in the European Union. But the region's right-wing government, which voted against the move, denounced the measures as not legally enforceable and said it was looking into a legal challenge. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap under running water. Avoid touching your face in high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Once again, good afternoon. I am Wealth Wilson and thank you for listening. Do stay with us as the Vivian Douglas Show comes up next. I beg your pardon. That comes up at 5 as we have the platform on radio next.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
If only the youth will realize their position as the youth and the leaders of tomorrow. But I know for sure that there is hope for Nigeria. Nigeria knows Nkalaman Maker. We congratulate Nigeria. Nigeria Mbago 60 years. Happy independence, LA Nigeria.
God, one time Nigeria, we don't tire about this Nigeria.
My message for Nigeria is say, I wish them good luck, sir.
Yes, you don't too cost, so they want to celebrate it independence. We have they want to buy something for market. Not be food festival, you say celebrate independence.
Nigeria is our country. We don't have any other Nigeria.
I don't know what to tell Nigerians, so because we are way back, we are behind. Let's not lose hope. Let's keep pushing.
No be only us get problem. Other countries get their own wahala. Nigerians make we no give up. Nigeria go better.
They want no more Nigeria. Asim ka ngunu ka anyị zukọta ọnụ n'ọdị n'otu ka obodo anyị bụrụ obodo ọma a ga-eji eme ọnụ. Happy Independence, Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Nigeria will stand. Let us embrace the spirit of oneness, and together we will make our country a better place.
Happy Independence, Nigeria. This message is brought to you from Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
At my back, I ain't coming.
The degradation, challenges, and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play, undercurrents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore. As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
Stands, greet.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You are welcome to Jagbajantis High School. My name is Sound Sultan, your new mathematics teacher. By the way, do you understand Pidgin English?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we go use henceforth? Okay, carry your pen, carry your paper. Them for my class. People of this world, them plenty. Sins of this people, many, so many. Many times plenty, multiplier. Many times plenty, multiplier. Multiply am. The answer you get now waiting, they make poor man they cry. The answer you get now waiting, they make rich man they mess and leaders they lie. The answer you get now waiting, they make young boys and girls join party gang. Answer you get now waiting, they make innocent man rot inside the jail. Get it, and then agree to grant and bail. Get it, oh. Everybody, oh yeah, join Jagbajantis, make we solve mathematics. We did about our continent, so Oyinbo say about mass we go use take solve mathematics. So follow Jagbajantis. So ya carry by be for brotherhood.
Love your neighbor as yourself,
oh, for objectivity.
Be objective, gentlemen.
D for democracy.
No matter how bad it is, never military.
Now M for modification
of our behavior, let's stand to the same behalf.
A, accountability.
If you've been a chop money, I beg you take them easy.
S for solidarity.
Now understand, divide, oh my shell.
We enter new millennium. Nigerians like 120 million. One population na 6 billion.
It all begins with breaking news.
Now make no mistake, this is a difficult mission, and it will remain difficult for some time.
Then it keeps trending. Events, issues, personalities, all struggling to gain attention. But in the race for deadlines, the intrigues, power play on the currents are often missed or underreported.
Insecurity here is basically a product of poverty.
But not anymore.
As the platform on radio steps in to fill the missing links on events, issues, and personalities in the news.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
Yeah! The platform on radio serves only the hottest topics and trending issues. Only on Today95.1 FM.
95.1 FM.
Port Harcourt every weekday at 4 p.m. Get on the platform on radio and be served.
We are having in Nigeria is not only for we, it's for everybody. It's for you, it's for me, it's for your children, and for the generations to come. Yeah. So if we continue to keep quiet in the face of this problem, then there will be no hope for this country. So we expected that the Nigerian police will show solidarity to us to make sure that Nigeria is. How many people police go kill? Police, you are our friends, and what we are fighting for is also for you. They have just increased tariffs and increased fuel price. You'll be asking for increment of salary, and they won't give to you for workers. You pay for the refinery there, you pay for shipping, you pay for freight, you pay for all manner of things. As you are paying, that is why the price is increasing.
All right, there you heard them. Protesters expressing their displeasure over the state of affairs in Nigeria. As we mark our independence, time check, it is 17 minutes gone past 4 o'clock, and I officially welcome you to another edition of the Platform on Radio, your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM. Of course, it's the only radio where you get this exclusive show. Well, I am Wealth Wilson, and I shall be giving you insights into some of the news reports making the rounds. The Platform on Radio, for those who do not know, is a program where we come to slice up trending issues with correspondent reports. Our correspondents are out there sourcing these reports and news from the field, and on this program we take the reports and then we'll give you more details, and perhaps you get to hear what is not entirely in the news. Now, without much ado, let's dive straight into what we have on the menu today. President Muhammadu Buhari blames poor state of Nigeria's economy on the general world economic crisis. That's not all, as police in Rivers State stops revolution now protesters from occupying streets of Port Harcourt. Nigerians expressed dissatisfaction over the level of progress at 60 years of independence in the country. So let's start off first with the president. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has admitted that the Nigerian economy under his watch is on the crisis, just as he claimed that the situation is the same with every economy all over the world. It's a global issue. President Buhari therefore called for a sincere process of national healing as the nation marks the 60th anniversary of its independence from Great Britain. President Buhari said this in his nationwide broadcast to mark the nation's 60th anniversary independence. The president also admitted the various security challenges affecting parts of the country. He added that there are underlying causes of these problems in Nigeria. And he mentioned that the consistent harping on artificially contrived fault lines that we have harbored and allowed unnecessarily to fester is the reason for the situation here in Nigeria. Let's get to listen to the president.
Today, I am aware that our economy, along with every single economy in the world, is in crisis. We still face security challenges in parts of the country, while our society suffers from high loss of moral rectitude, which is driven by unbridled craving for political control. An underlying cause of most of the problems we have faced as a nation is our consistent harping on artificially contrived fault lines that we have harbored and allowed unnecessarily to fester. In addition, institutions such as civil service, police, the judiciary, the military all suffered from a general decline. We need to begin a sincere process of national healing, and this anniversary presents a genuine opportunity to eliminate old and outworn perceptions that are always put to test in the light they always are.
A sincere process of national healing. That's coming from the president. That isn't all. The president also defended the current price of fuel in the country, which seemed to be getting a lot of persons, talking. I mean, it's not the first time when we started talking about the removal of subsidy. It's not the first time. I mean, even Labour was talking about embarking on an industrial action because of the removal of subsidy. A lot of persons are still expressing their displeasure over that particular one. But the president came out to clear or even defend the current price of petrol in the country. I mean, he stated that a responsible government must face realities. He argues that it makes no sense for oil to be cheaper in Nigeria than it is in Saudi Arabia. Let's listen again.
Our government is grappling with the dual challenge of saving lives and livelihoods in face of drastically reduced resources. In this regard, sustaining the level of petroleum prices is no longer possible. The government, since coming into office, has recognized the economic argument for adjusting the price of petroleum, but the social argument about the knock-on effect of any adjustment weighed heavily with the government. In the circumstances, a responsible government must face realities and take tough decisions. Petroleum prices in Nigeria are to be adjusted. We sell now at 161 naira per litre. Chad, which is an oil-producing country, charges 362 naira per litre. Niger sells 1 litre at 346 naira. Ghana petroleum pump price is 326 naira per litre.
The president further took a swipe at his predecessors in office, saying that they did not do what his regime is doing with scarce resources, like strengthening federal institutions. Let's listen again, and then we come back and have this conversation together.
Supporting the enthronement of the rule of law, demanding accountability of elected representatives, and contributing to good governance. Increasing our commitment to peaceful coexistence in a peaceful, secure, and united Nigeria. Harnessing and optimizing our tremendous human and natural resources to attain our goal of being in the top 20 economies of the world, and in the process lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years. Strengthening institutions to make them stronger in protecting national interests, imbibing tolerance in diversity. I am a firm believer in transparent, free, fair, and credible elections. The recent build-up and the eventual outcome of the Edo State election.
Now, this is what we're going to focus on with this particular conversation. If you listen, you would hear the president try to compare the economy of other nations in the world. And if you also listen on today's hustle, we try to talk about the fact that the president coming out to tell us that we have to, remove subsidy for the good of other sectors in the country or the economy. Maybe it would have been more affectionate and easier to relate with. But then comparing Nigeria's economy to other economies such as Saudi Arabia, what do you make of this comparison? Do you think that it's okay, for defense, that the president should compare the Nigerian economy, the nation's economy, with that of the world? Is this a good defense for the poor state of the economy in the country? Is it right to use other countries as a standard to determine how much the price of fuel should be sold in Nigeria, not forgetting the different values of currencies in the world? And if you were listening on today's hustle, somehow I also mentioned that the president did not also tell us the minimum wage for countries such as Saudi Arabia, the GDP and the state of their economy as compared to ours. I mean, if there's going to be a comparison, it should be complete, isn't it? But anyway, let me get to hear your opinion. What do you make of this comparison? Do you think that in defense of the government, comparing the economy with other countries, is that good enough? Do you think that's good enough? I mean, if we're going to put other factors into cognizance, do you think that this is a good enough way to defend the poor state of the economy in Nigeria? Let me get to hear from you, 0817-0000951 or 0810-9510-951. Do send in text messages or WhatsApp messages to the number 0701-9339-962. 95.1 FM, what is your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good evening, presenter.
Good evening to you. What's your name and where you calling from?
Anthony from Omaku.
You're welcome, Anthony. Please go on.
I want to sing this song first before I make my contribution. After 60 years of independence, you still find it hard to start. How long will we be patient till we get to our promised land? I just want to compare with that. You see, the basis for which our president is defending oil price, I don't think that is the right way to go. Because you can't use other economies. You can't compare Nigeria and Ghana or Nigeria and Niger. Nigeria has been an oil-producing nation for over 40 years now. So there is no basis. There is no basis for comparison at all. Besides, Nigeria is rated as the capital city of poverty. Ghana is not rated as the capital city of poverty. Ghana has studied like Nigeria doesn't have studied like. We should think of ways of making our country better so that citizens will enjoy, like not be comparing ourselves with people that we have no basis on comparison.
All right, thank you.
Things are not going very well, so we should think of fixing it. The ones that compare ourselves with Banana Republic, Chad, and Niger. What do we have to do with that?
All right, thank you.
The result of the dispute of Nigeria is more than that of Niger, so I don't think that is a fair comparison.
All right, then. Thank you very much for that one. 95.1 FM.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Your name and where you calling from?
Okay, my name is Mr. Osita Ubu. I'm calling from Aba, Abia State.
You're welcome, Osita. Please go on.
Yes, comparing Nigeria with other countries is just a funny comment and a funny statement coming from our president, our leader. Seriously, they are not sincere to us, if I must tell the truth. You and I are citizens of this country, and everybody bears the brunt of what is going on here. Do you know that in Saudi Arabia that they are comparing Nigeria with? Do you know that the youth there? Do you know that every month they pay them salary? Are you aware? They pay them salary every month. I have up to 5 people there.
All right.
They pay them. Do you know that over there? Do you know that they find it difficult to use fuel because there is always constant electricity? Are you aware of that?
So apparently this comparison does not sit well.
It doesn't. These people are living well. Their economy is well balanced. In this country, we and I pay almost everything that we make use of. And we pay tax and we don't even make use of the tax we are paying. Social administration and other things are not here. If you come to protest, they will use police and other things to intimidate you. Over there in Saudi Arabia, they have refineries that are working.
All right then. All right.
Refineries that are working.
All right.
This country, the leaders are not prepared to us.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rosita. Thank you for that sincerity. I mean, a lot of persons do not, encourage this kind of method of defense coming from the presidency. I mean, there are other ways that you would have used to, talk or calm the nerves of the people, especially with the hard economy, the poor state of the economy in the country. But then again, the government is trying its best, isn't it? The government is trying to, make itself look good in the eyes of the people. But then, is this not a poor way of defending the poor state of the economy in the country? I mean, like the last caller posited, countries like Saudi Arabia has optimal working refineries. I mean, they have a high GDP. They have investments. They have security. There are different factors that are working for countries like that. Look at the value of the currencies, comparing the difference between the values of currencies. I mean, the Naira, God help us. What can you buy? The cost of living is high. The standard of living is high. So just what do you make of the comparison of nations, the economy of different nations, in defense of the removal of fuel subsidy coming from the president? 95.1 FM.
Well,
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you? Happy Independence.
Happy Independence. I don't know why you had to laugh, but okay. Happy Independence to you.
I need to laugh with my sister as well. Man of not there with you.
No. He stepped out.
Okay, let's take our minds. 2014 to 2015. Anything that the previous administration was trying to do then, if you remember, occupy Nigeria, and the promise was that they would bring down the fuel price 40 naira per liter. That's the promise. I don't want to compare Saudi Arabia, Chad, Ghana. I listened to Mr. President this morning. Let's just forget about the comparison and all the rest. What about your own promise that you made to Nigerians? Why not keep to your promise?
The thing with the promise, if I'm trying to be their defense minister now, is that, we've all seen COVID-19, isn't it? We all saw the cut in oil prices, isn't it?
Well, COVID-19. COVID-19. How much was the fuel? When it came in, the first thing, there was no COVID-19 when he raised the fuel price from 87 naira to how much? The first one was how much? I don't want to mention.
All right.
COVID-19 was just this year. I think something March.
All right.
Yes. So forget about Saudi Arabia, Ghana. Keep to your promise, Mr. President. Or next time, people should not come on air to deceive Nigerians. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that one. Let's listen to one more person and then we move on. 95.1 FM.
Good evening, Wilson.
Good evening. You're welcome, Obina.
Yes, I want to tell you that comparing Nigeria economy with other economies is in the right direction. They say that the world is a global market. Look at the price of crude oil. Does Nigeria have a different price Saudi Arabia has, it is determined internationally.
Mm-hmm.
So the economy of other countries will affect our own. So the president telling Nigerians what is happening in other nations is the right step in the right direction.
Now, here's the thing. Telling us what is happening in other nations, which we probably would have not been a severe victim of if we had certain things going and working for us. Imagine if we had our refineries up and running. Imagine if we had more modular refineries in the country. Now, imagine the situation at that point.
Yes.
Would we be needing this comparison? No, because we would have been able to at least ease up the prices or ease up the tension going on now in the country.
Thank you, my sister. You are right in what you say. You remember that you mentioned all these things that all these countries have. Do you also know that these countries have good citizens and good leaders? It is a Nigerian that you stay in South Africa and you call him his country zoo. When xenophobia comes, he will be calling the zoo government to come and help him. What type of citizens are we? We have to understand that the destiny of this country lies in our hands.
All right then. All right.
That Saudi Arabia, they have this disaster. When they give you opportunity to do it here in Nigeria, you will not do it.
All right.
That is the aspect of it.
All right. Thank you very much. I mean, that's another point. I mean, the people are getting what they put out there, isn't it? I mean, if the people are able to come out and say enough is enough, we need good leadership so that when you get there, you don't squander money, but you use it to develop the sectors in the country, then maybe we wouldn't be at this point where we are right now. But then we have to move on. Let's talk about protesters, especially the ones here in Rivers State. The police in Rivers State stopped Revolution Now protesters from occupying the streets of Port Harcourt. The police officers stopped the protest march led by Ken Henshaw of We the People and Enefa Judgewell of the Rivers Civil Society Organization at the Isaac Borough Park in Port Harcourt. Our correspondent reports that the officers led by the area command said they have intelligence reports that the protest may be hijacked by miscreants. Let's listen.
I think they don't get the whole meeting now. We done the whole meeting already, so not be here we go do it today. Today, nobody will.
When do we need to do it, officer?
I don't know.
What we are doing is for your own benefit.
No, you are going nowhere again.
What does the law say? What does the law say?
Yes, the intelligence report I have, it says this work of yours is likely to be taken over by miscreants.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out loud, but I was laughing while I was listening to that anyway. But the civil society leaders did not hesitate to express their displeasure, which of course you heard, over the state of affairs in Nigeria. Let's listen again.
We are having in Nigeria is not only for we, it's for everybody. It's for you, it's for me, it's for your children, and for the generations to come. So if we continue to keep quiet in the face of this problem, then there will be more of this country. So we expected that the Nigerian police will show solidarity to us to make sure that Nigeria is. How many people police to kill? Police, you are our friends. And what we are fighting for is also for you. They have just increased tariffs and increased fuel price. You'll be asking for increment of salary and they won't give to you. For workers, you pay for the refinery there. You pay for shipping. You pay for freight. You pay for all manner of things. As you are paying, that is why the price is increasing.
Well, those protesters did not come ill-prepared. They came to fight for everyone. Now, in a country where peaceful protest is constitutional, are the police supposed to stop the protest or walk alongside these protesters to ensure the process is not hijacked? I don't know. I get tired of talking about this. I don't know if you all don't get tired of talking about it as well, but then we have to keep talking, right? Now, first of all, the police coming out to say that they have intelligence reports that the protest will be hijacked. Now, what happened to the same police who has this intelligence report, working on their intelligence report, work side by side with these protesters to make sure that the supposed bad elements do not hijack the process? Because they would be there. Heavy presence of security operatives, which means bad elements will be scared to show their face, or faces, as the case may be. Now, stopping the protest, which is also infringing on the rights of these people because they have the right to express their displeasure through protest, of course. Peaceful protest. Peaceful. Again, in quote, peaceful. Now, the protesters are coming out to protest, voice out their displeasure. They don't like what's going on. We're here to fight for everybody and all of that. And then the police comes up and say that there is intelligence report. You can't continue with this protest because some person, some miscreant somewhere wants to hijack the process. And the police, after getting this information, knows that it can actually, go alongside these protesters. Follow them. Match with them. Not marching in favor of them, especially if you don't buy the idea, right? But follow them. Just to ensure and make sure that the supposed miscreants that you have information on do not hijack the process, because they would be scared of by the presence of the security personnel. I don't know if I'm not thinking this right, but let me get to hear from you. 0817-00000951 or 0810-9510-951. Send in text messages, WhatsApp messages to the numbers 0701-9339-962. What do you make of this? What is this police supposed to do with protesters to ensure that the process is not hijacked? Because, dispersing them without letting them protest is also infringing on their rights. I mean, this is constitutional, peaceful protest. 95.1 FM, good afternoon to you.
This is
You're welcome, Pastor Zaya.
Sister, you see, those protesters are politicians in disguise. Nobody should take them serious. As you see them, we know them every day will come to the air, as they also come on air in different media houses.
Okay.
Now, no protest. You know how much it takes to stage a protest. And people of those caliber cannot come out and stand on the front line without money exchanging hands. So they are politicians in disguise.
Okay.
Listen to the president, what he said, that in this country, the problem, I am just telling somebody close to me here that if people feel that things will always remain the same forever as it is, because fuel was sold 18 naira, 11 naira during the time of Abacha and Jonathan. They think that it will remain like that forever. The president just explained that the collapse of the global economy is affected. Let me tell you, countries, the global economy.
All right, I've listened to you, Pastor Isaiah George, yes, but I have one question. I have a question. Hold on. I have a question.
Okay.
Now, this is you expressing your own opinion over the protesters, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? And there's nothing political about it, isn't it?
I said these are politicians in this guy.
I asked the question. There is nothing political about your own opinion right now, isn't it?
My sister, I am telling you what I know.
Boy.
Some other person also might say that mine
I asked
also
if your own opinion is politically motivated. It's a polar question, yes or no?
It is not me to answer. It is somebody that also give.
Obviously, you don't want to have this conversation with me. It's fine. All right.
No, listen.
But I get your point. I get your point.
Okay. Should I say yes or no?
But we've gone past that place now. I need to listen. I need to listen to some other person. All right. 95.1 FM.
Good afternoon, my sister. This is Emeka calling you from Owerri, Imo State.
You're welcome, Emeka. Please go on.
You see, thank God for the question you asked. Honestly, we don't know who is playing politics. Politicians will come and tell you they are playing politics. What is bad that somebody come out for protest? Do you know this administration, 2015? Every protest that have been about to have in Nigeria is called hoodlum, want to hijack. But during hoodlum, there was no hoodlum. During Obasanjo, there was no hoodlum. Since 2015, there was a time a musician wanted to carry out a protest. A musician, everybody knows. That protest was not allowed to be because they told you hoodlums will hijack it. This is the way this is. Are you seeing this in this country? And somebody say, let me tell you, these people that are defending this government, a time will come where they will not have anything to defend anymore. I'm telling you, that's my word.
All right, thank you.
The way we politicize everything. Look at, I had it in 2 hours ago when we played this record. I had it where we were addressing police. Police, are you not part of this problem? Are you not facing this issue? How many? Look at the other time. How many commander was killed in Boko Haram was killed? Is it the family? Do you know what the family is going through now? How many police have been killed by Boko Haram bandits all over in the north? Are they easy for them? So once someone to come on air and say that, let me tell you, those police that are saying that thing, if you go into their mind, it's not with their mind. If you ask them to say the truth, they are still, the problem in Nigeria is even affecting them more than I and you.
All right,
so thank you. The uniform people is under command.
Thank you. Easy does it. Thank you. Thank you.
They will not let you want to defend this country anymore.
Thank you very much. I was going to ask the caller before if his opinion was motivated by politicians or politics, because I mean, we all are entitled to our own opinion. Just as much as he was expressing his opinion, these people are expressing their displeasure, which is their own opinion of the government and the situation of the day. Now, whether or not you feel it is politically motivated, is it not in their right for peaceful protest to air out their grievances with the government or the situation of the day? And if that is their right, then how come we do not have policemen who, after getting intelligence in court report that miscreants will be hijacking the process, have them walk side by side these protesters to make sure or ward off these bad elements that want to hijack the process, for crying out loud? It is as simple as that. We are in a democratic dispensation, a country that understands the need to obey the rules and regulation. The constitution is very much valid, and what we have to do is follow the constitution. Whether you feel these people are protesting for their own good, selfish interest, political interest, it doesn't concern you as long as it is peaceful and the police is there to ward off bad elements. Simple and short. Now, I'm not calling for anybody to call in and tell me whether or not they're politically motivated. I wouldn't take that. The question is, these people are protesting. The police gets an information that miscreants want to hijack. Don't you think that the police, knowing that it is their constitutional right for a peaceful protest, should walk along these protesters to ensure that the process is not hijacked? That is what I am asking. Do you think that is the right thing to have been done or not? Simple and short. Thank you very much for understanding. 95.1 FM, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, well, I greet you.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
AB is calling you from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome. Please go on.
Well, can you see the problem we are talking about? When people are fighting for the common interest of the mass, and someone will tell you miscreant, intelligent report. They don't have intelligent reports in Boko Haram when they are bush military. There is no intelligent report. You only have an intelligent report when people are protesting peacefully on the injustice that this government is melting on people. And you were telling me intelligent report of miscreants. Who are the miscreants? It's not the police people that have been recruited as the miscreants. That are actually fighting on
I won't let you say that. I won't let you say that. That's a dent on the security, the police. That's a dent on the police, and I won't let you do that. That's an absolute, and I don't like it. So just recount that particular one and move on.
You see the problem that people we are fighting for. How many security people is earning up to 50,000 as a salary in a month? How many of them? And they are complaining they don't have apartments. Most of them are living in one room with the family. The people are here to fight on the common interest of everyone, and you are telling me miscreants. Who are the miscreants? The problem is still there, that people are being recruited to fight for the interest of the government, not the interest of the people. Can you see the problem? Tell me where Nigeria is heading to. That they shouldn't protest.
Thank you.
For one reason.
Thank you very much for your opinion.
It will still bounce on them when time comes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll take one or two more calls on this particular one and then we'll move on. But if you want to get the number that you can send in text messages or WhatsApp messages through 0701 9339 962. I'll be reading those shortly. 95.1 FM.
Good evening. Well,
good evening.
My name is Wisdom, calling from Pacific.
You're welcome, Wisdom. Please go on.
Yeah, on the police ban on protests or clamp down on the protesters, I think that is the mess we are in this country. If you mean we say that this government has taken us 10 steps backwards on our democracy, it will as if we are making overstatement. Just like in your first topic, that the government president is comparing us with other nationals and other countries. You begin to wonder, are we really, in this country, somebody, you will beat somebody and he prevents the person from crying. The Nigerians are suffering from hardship in all rounds, economically, security-wise, and even health-wise, because there are no healthcare services. And when they want to cry, the government will use...
Lost it. All right, let me read the text messages I have here, or I should save those for last. You know what? Let's just move on to the next topic on the menu because of time, and I want to get as much thoughts from all of you as I can. Now, let's talk about Nigerians and expressing their dissatisfaction over the level of progress in the country. I mean, it is Independence Day, of course. A lot of Nigerians have expressed their dissatisfaction over the level of progress in the country, or that the country has made for the last or past 60 years. Some respondents in an interview with our correspondent said the celebration of the Independence Day is uncalled for, but should be celebrated for formality purposes. That's sad. Others say Nigerians are suffering just like every other sector in the country's economy. Others say there is no unity in the country. Some groups are even agitating for their own independence. Let's listen.
We need to celebrate it actually as a formality, because the situation in the country right now does not give so much reason for these celebrations, as they say, hoping that in the future it will be better. Basically, all the sectors. Economy is one thing. Economy is very bad.
We need to celebrate now. There's no need for celebration now because the years are not working. Not working. Look at the detention everywhere now. People detected to go depart on their own. So I don't think any need for everything. Just for now, some people say they need Biafra. So we say they need their own country. So things is not working the way the country is moving.
There you see. That could be the opinion of a lot of people, thousands of people. Could even be your own opinion. I don't know. But is that really nothing to be celebrated as Nigeria? Really nothing? Are we really going to hit our chest and say that? And we continue. Forge ahead. Is there really nothing to be celebrated as Nigeria marks has 60 years of independence? Let me hear from you. 95.1 FM. Hello.
Yeah, I call back.
Pastor Isaiah, please go on quickly.
Yes. My sister, you see, we should not be muffled whenever we allow us to open up and say what we say. My opinion might not good to some person, but it will have to. I have to hear it out.
I did not try to silence you.
I was not allowed, and I was yanked off. I was not.
Nobody yanked you off. You yanked yourself off.
In the positions of people, they have their diverse opinions. The current government, the president took over a beloved country that was almost destroyed. And it's very difficult to rehab and revamp the beloved country. But the president was very much magnanimous enough to put in certain principles, vital principles, to make things work effectively. You can see the effect all over. He's preaching against the one agenda that the very much laudable agenda which he came to office. Zero tolerance against corruption. He has 2-3 days ago he went to ICPC office. He was preaching the thing that if corruption did not kill, so it will kill us if we don't kill it as a country. My brother, you see the misfeelings from people trying to say all kind of things, calling the government scam, this and that. They say we change, but they forgotten that change processes. I told you the other time, just go through the process to which we have Gary on our table to eat. Gary has to go through a the farm process, it comes out to the.
So it would take time.
Different means before it will have to become Garon.
All right.
So it is not a difficult. It is not an easy process. You see, people want to go their succession with disintegration and all of that. I am telling you, the strength to which they are using to agitate on this thing, put this strength together and bring it. Let us use it to rehab this country and make it a good country for ourselves. But the thing that going their different ways is the best. Even if you go your different way, you will still complain and still not find it very rosy. You will still have funny differences and crises among yourselves.
All right, Pastor Isaiah.
Bring those ideas together. Let us make this country work for ourselves.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
My name is Daniel. I'm calling you from Transformadi.
All right, please go on, Daniel.
I think for me, what we have to celebrate in Nigeria is three things. Number one is people consensus. Even though I am very skeptical about the process, the Nigerian election have some kind of lapses, meaning that if the president wants to interfere, then people consensus become a problem. At least we have it that every 4 years we need to go and say we want to vote, meaning people are speaking. Then, in the other way around, I think I want to look at it from point of view of freedom of information, freedom to speak, which is the one I'm doing right now on the radio. Maybe you won't get arrested. The third one, I think the Nigerians are very resilient people, very, very, very strong individual. But outside that, I don't think we have to celebrate anything in Nigeria. The Constitution.
In defense of the government, I mean, our infrastructures are not as bad as it was some 40 years ago. I mean, now they are working on more road networks. We even have rail lines. We have a lot of things working for us. Even agriculture, they're trying to see how they can revitalize that particular sector.
Seriously, I must tell you, some of these things are just in the page of news, but they are fiction. They're not practical.
All right.
That is what I think.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for your opinion there. I'll just quickly take the messages we have and then we take some more calls and then we call it a wrap on this show. This one says, good afternoon. The government has shot itself on the foot by this comparison. Ghana gave her citizens with free light during this period. What do we get here? The Saudi citizens generate their own light. Do their presidents go out for medical treatment in other countries? Do they have this kinds of roads we have here? What of their education? And that's coming from PJ. This one says, good afternoon. What is more baffling is when a man... No, I don't know. People have the right to their own opinion, all right? Thank you very much for understanding. This one says, there is no right whatsoever. The police has made themselves a willing tool for the political class. Where will the salvation come if the police that's supposed to be our friend becomes our enemy? Dear presenter, the question of who should be asked as to know if the protests are politically motivated, as someone said, because I'm in support of the protest. And that's coming from Smart Palo from Rumebeli 2. All right. All right, so the SMS portal, we have, this one says, there is nothing like comparison here. This voice you heard today still repeats itself tomorrow. All right, this one says, Mr. President comparing Nigeria with Saudi Arabia is a shame and uncalled for. Saudi Arabia leaders are sincere to the citizenry, but can you tell that of Nigerian leaders? That's coming from Onyesum. This one says, good day, the Nigerian police has totally failed on protecting lives and property for all well-being Nigerians. All well-being of Nigeria or Nigerians. That's coming from Noman Uzoma from PH. This one says, thank you for asking. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jerry. Thank you very much for that one. This one says, good afternoon, my sister. I like the way you handled. Oh, come on, please. You guys, let's leave his opinion. All right. This one says, I don't know why Nigerians seem not to know their rights and what to do. The governors and local government chairmen are doing their function, yet kept mute only on the president. I am Madison. Thank you very much, Madison, for that one. You sent it twice. This one says, Lady Wealth, Happy and wealthy independence to you and your co-workers in the studio. Thank you very much on behalf of everybody. Our country has the best of gospel artists in the world. Over. And that's coming from MJ. I don't know how you switched it up on me, but go off anyway. I'm going to take one more call and then we move on. 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay, my name is Leona. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
You're welcome. Please go on.
I want to speak on the progress. To me, Nigeria is not progressing. Why? Because it's a country where the sitting president is the minister for petroleum for over 6 years now, getting to 6 years or more than. 3 years, the refineries are not working. Instead of it to come and apologize to Nigerians on the refineries that are not working, and now we can fix it up. Instead, it's comparing Nigeria with Saudi Arabia that is getting steady power supply. Place where they don't use generator. Generator is only useful in Nigeria, not in Saudi Arabia. That place, if you go there,
All right. Are you still there?
So, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. All right, go on, please.
Okay, so I don't see anything for we to celebrate. There are for the protest. The police are always backing the government. It's not good. There are people who come out to air their views. At the end of the day,
Oh boy. I'm so sorry we lost you there, but we're out of time now. Thank you, everyone, who called in, sending text messages. I'm really grateful. The platform has been a production of our news department, put together by Ifunaya Obemendokwe. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap under running water, avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. I am Wealth Wilson, and we will be with you same time tomorrow. Until then, do have an amazing evening, and the Vivian Douglas Show comes up next this time. Thank you.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
If only the youth will realize their position as the youth and the leaders of tomorrow. But I know for sure that there's hope for Nigeria. Nigeria not to maker. Congratulate them, Nigeria. Nigeria Mbago 60 years. Happy independence, LA Nigeria.
God, one time in Nigeria, we don't tire about this Nigeria.
My message for Nigeria is say, I wish them good luck, sir.
Things don't too cost, so they want to celebrate it in Wednesday. We have the want to buy something for market. Not be food prices where you take celebrate independence.
Nigeria. Asim ka ngunu ka anyị zukọta ọnụ n'ọdị n'otu ka obodo anyị bụrụ obodo ọma a ga-eji eme ọnụ. Happy Independence, Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Nigeria will stand. Let us embrace the spirit of oneness, and together we will make our country a better place.
Happy Independence, Nigeria. This message is brought to you from Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. This is the Vivian Douglas Show. It is an avenue for paradigm shift.
We bring you a platform where your voice counts on issues of social reform in our society, from governance to education,
domestic abuse, health, environment, relationship, religion, lifestyle, entertainment, and much more.
Most importantly, here on the Vivian Douglas Show, we speak to impact on all fronts. Join us on Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt every Thursday, 5 to 6 p.m.
on the Vivian Douglas Show to interact, and on the Just So You Know segment on Today 95.1 FM, and on our social media platforms at the Vivian Douglas Show.
Let's keep it real and lock down every Thursday.